Hi everyone and welcome. How to thrive in Cancer season. Thank you for joining me today. I am your astrologer, Call. I intend to empower, enlighten, encourage, educate, and inspire my audience on how best to navigate the Cancer season. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you enjoy the video content, please consider hitting the subscribe and like buttons so as not to miss out on any future videos. This video will share the sun's ingress into the sign of Cancer, which occurs on Tuesday, June the 21st at 11:14 a.m. South African Standard Time and marks the winter solstice in the Southern Hemisphere. It is the shortest day, a full 4 hours and 5 minutes less than the summer solstice in December. In the Northern Hemisphere, this marks the longest day and the summer solstice. As I reside in South Africa, I use the South African Standard Time. Therefore, please adjust for your time zones. Deduct 1 hour for London, for New York 6 hours, for Los Angeles 9 hours, and if you're on the eastern side, then for Sydney add 8 hours, and for Bali 6 hours to any of my times. As a water sign, Cancerians are the feelers of the zodiac. They are sensitive, emotional, subjective, reflective, reactive, receptive, romantic, impressionable, sympathetic, psychic, possessive, dependent, and loyal. By nurturing others, Cancerians become the keepers of the hearth and the homemakers. They create connections through intuiting and meeting the needs of others. All matters related to home, family, security, and protection are their expertise. Creating a safe place for children, the weak and old, and maintaining and protecting our gene pool is their forte. By addressing the emotional needs of the soul, they may come across as irrational and intuitive. However, they use emotions of caring, nurturing, and parenting to gain outcomes. On a lower octave, sulking and moodiness may be a manipulative way of getting what they want. Like a crab with a hard shell, Cancerians, as a cardinal sign, are dynamic self-starters. They possess excellent organizational skills, portraying their robust leadership qualities, initiating, self-motivated, and comfortable with the process of trial and error. They establish new beginnings to express their emotional identity. Yet, we recognize their super soft and vulnerable underbelly, revealing a weak, insecure element of their nature. Thus, to protect themselves and others, they go at things sideways and cling on. Sentimental and tied to the past, their biggest challenge is letting go or releasing pain or unpleasant retentive memories, which are necessary for proper healing. Cancerians recharge through emotional connections and spending time close to waterways, oceans, rivers, ponds, or soaking in a bathtub. The moon rules Cancer. As an inner planet, the moon, also known as the luminary, affects us personally. A feminine planet, her archetype is the mother, and she rules the day, Monday. Look to your moon sign and house to understand your needs and how you feel and react instinctively and habitually. Your moon relates to all matters regarding your emotions, understanding, your inner nature, inner self, unconscious, your reactions, instincts, and habits. The moon also shows how we handle change, home, family life, mother, woman, the public, sensitivity, caring, instincts, connecting, closeness, bonding, receptivity, fertility, and femininity. These are dynamic and vibrant emotions for the fiery moon signs, genuine emotions for earth moon signs, somewhat in the head, aloof or distanced feelings for the air signs, and the water sign moons are most emotional. When the moon is in the sign of Cancer, her rulership, she is sensitive, emotional, and intuitive. When the moon is in the sign of her detriment, namely Capricorn, or in the sign of her fall, namely the sign of Scorpio, she is overreactive, self-indulgent, and oversensitive. The moon represents domestic home loving, maternal and paternal instincts, the need for a home and security. The moon relates to the foundations of all things, the place of living, the land, the property, all household goods, our roots, our unconscious, our buried emotions, our origins and ancestry and genetics. It includes the universal parent from which we emerge and ultimately return. If your sun is in the sign of Cancer, then you seek security through your place of living. If it's your moon, then you're very nurturing and emotional. And you may feel subjective and insecure with the Cancer ascendant. Let us look to the sky to see what the month of the Cancer season has in store for us. To get the most of the forecast, look to your chart to see where the transiting planets activate your natal chart. If you are new to astrology and you do not have a chart yet, please go to astro.com and draw up your free chart there. If you would like to study astrology with me so that you can read charts, please join me in the Astrology for Beginners online integrative course. At the beginning of Cancer season, on the 23rd of June, Venus moves into Gemini until the 18th of July. And then after that, she moves into the sign of Cancer. Pluto continues retrograde at 27 degrees of Capricorn, symbolizing the cathartic, transformative endings, releasing, purging, and detoxing that which oppresses us or no longer serves our highest truth. The retrograde Pluto allows us to rest and reflect on what we have already let go of. We can review how empowered we feel and create other to-do lists that we may recognize during this retrograde period of the 28th of April until October the 7th, 2022, which may require further regenerative purging, upgrades, and progress processes. On the 27th of June, Neptune turns stationary to retrograde at 25 degrees of Pisces until 22 degrees of Pisces on the 3rd of December. Retrograde Neptune offers us the gift to reflect, review, and reconnect to matters related to our portal to a place beyond time and space, our visions and our dreams, our sense of boundarylessness, our connection to oneness, to the source. The purpose of illusion, disillusion, and dissolving. Neptune relates to isness, mystery, trust, and the collective consciousness. On the higher octave, it may express as photography, art, dance, and music, anything that infuses greater spirituality into our lives, the daily oneness of the divine. On the lower octave, feeling lost at sea, confused, deceived, experiencing addictions to chemicals, drugs, alcohols, escapism. Viruses and diseases may rear their heads. On the 29th of June, we have the new moon at 4:51 a.m. at 7 degrees and 22 minutes of Cancer, and it is in partile square to Jupiter in 7 degrees and 18 minutes of Aries. Jupiter is also partile sextile to Venus in Gemini at 7 degrees 15 minutes, while Mars is at 25 degrees of Aries and squares retrograde Pluto and also sextiles retrograde Saturn. The new moon blesses us with a time to set intentions. On the 5th of July at 8:04 a.m., Mars moves out of his sign of dignity, which was Aries, where he up until then gifted us the energy of power, dynamism, ambition, and assertion. Mars moves into his sign of detriment, Taurus, where he can act rather aggressively, destructively, ruthlessly, and bombastically. On the other hand, Mars is a planet of drive and action. And when in the slow-moving sign of Taurus, he becomes frustrated, pushy, bullish, stubborn, or passive-aggressive. On the 13th of June at 5:26 p.m. South African Standard Time, Mercury entered the sign of Gemini, her sign of rulership. Mercury blessed us with rational, witty, insightful, and communicative energies until the 5th of July. At 8:25 a.m., when it moves into the sign of Cancer, where communications become more emotionally based. On the 13th of July at 8:37 p.m., a Capricorn full moon blesses us with illumination and enlightenment of cathartic, transformative proportions. On the 18th of July at 3:33 a.m., Venus enters the sign of Cancer. On the 19th of July, Mercury ingresses into Leo at 14:35 p.m. And on the 22nd of July at 22:07, the Sun moves into the sign of Leo. Now I will discuss in general how best to use these cosmic energies for all 12 signs during the Cancer season. Timestamps for these are in the descriptions below. When listening to the forecast, look to your ascendant sign for the most prominent influence of your interaction with your immediate environment. And look to your sun, especially if you are a day born, for an outward yang expression of your radiating light and confidence into the world. If you are a moon sign, especially if you are a night birth, for your receptive, yin, reflective, internalized, subjective, emotive, reactive expression of self and all matters relating to home, family matters, mothering and nurturing. Thank you to the late Dutch painter Geoffrey Bosschaert, whose The Zodiac series artwork I displayed during the 12 sign forecasts. He painted these in 1974 and 75 based on his studies of psychology, religion, the Bible, astrology, antiquity, magic, witchcraft, mythology, and occultism. He describes his work as surrealism. Dear Aries, thank you for joining me on this Cancer season forecast. The Cancer season for you relates very much to all matters related to home, family life, your place of living, your origin, your ancestry, your roots, your unconscious, your genetics. We have on the 21st of June, the Sun entering this area of your chart, and it remains there until the 22nd of July, highlighting these aspects of your life. On the 29th of June, we have a new moon occurring at 7 degrees of Cancer in this area of your life. From the 5th to the 19th of July, we have Mercury entering the sign of Cancer. This indicates that you'll be able to communicate about matters related to home and family life, security, your unconscious, your roots, your ancestry, much easier. Or if there's any documents or paperwork that you need to work on from the 5th to the 19th of July, this is a good time to express what gives you security and how you nurture. On the 16th of July, Mercury is cazimi the sun. This is a really good day to do any paperwork related matters or anything related to communication or initiating thoughts around your home. Perhaps you're renovating, perhaps you're buying a new home, perhaps you repairing something around the house, perhaps you're just having all the family members over for a big family reunion. The 16th of July is a good day for this. On the 18th of July, you also have Venus entering the sign of Cancer, which brings in a lot of beauty into the matters mentioned around home and family life and security. And then we have on the 20th of July, a rather dynamic day where we have the sun in the sky opposing Pluto in the sky. And this could be a very big day for you. And you'll feel this a couple of days before the 20th of July and a couple of days after the 20th of July. And here we're looking to matters related to your career choices and wanting to be out in the world, working, building up a reputation, creating status in your world. And this is very much conflicting or highlighting how it can empower you in relations to your home and family life. You may notice that there are matters in your career life that you've outgrown and that you may need to purge or upgrade or progress in your career in such a way that you can let go of that which no longer serves you, something that has been oppressing you, so that you can make more room and time for home and family life. Now, on the 29th of June, on the new moon, which is always a fantastic time, this happens at 4:51 a.m. at 7:22 degrees of Cancer, to set new intentions. The new moon always relates to new beginnings, also to the pause and the rest that we require to connect with our imagination, with our intuition, and the visions for the next lunation cycle. We use the new moon phase to reflect upon the last lunation cycle. We recharge, rest, we stop so that our angels can catch up with us. And we connect with our dreams of how we will initiate the actions and decisions for the next new moon cycle, which brings new developments and new growth potential and fresh energies. Now, with Jupiter and Mars in your sign of Aries, this relates very much to your physical health, your persona, your personality, how you look, and the strength and the vitality and the drive that you physically are experiencing. Squares this new moon, which is in the house of the area that relates to family, father, parenting, nurturing, security. So there's a sense that there's a lot of energy around you asserting what it is that you need so that you can feel safe and secure. And these bold, expansive energies that Jupiter provides and Mars in the sign of Aries, they will infuse this inward bound, reflective time of the new moon. And it will highlight that you want to protect all that you love, physically, emotionally, and through the security of the home life that you can provide for your family. Now, also on the new moon, Venus is at 7 degrees of Gemini in an area that relates to writing, communications, paperwork, contracts, but it also relates to your siblings and your neighbors or your co-workers. And this Venus in the sign of Gemini on the new moon is partile sextile Jupiter, the planet that is infusing you with expansion. And Venus is assisting with the sextile. It's always like a gift that comes your way. Venus is creating a sense of relationship that is playful and loving and possibly even curious. And it very much relates to some form of communication or paperwork or matters related to a sibling or a neighbor that you will be asserting yourself with. And it bodes for good results, because with a sextile, it is like a gift coming your way in terms of helping you to realize how you can assert yourself, how you can expand your personality, and how you can do this in a very curious, romantic, playful, loving way with either a sibling or a neighbor or through some form of paperwork. Now, Mars also at 25 degrees of Aries in your sign, relating to your physical body, giving you that drive and passion, together with Jupiter, which is asking you to expand who it is that you are, become wiser, become more of you. We'll use this power of assertiveness and dynamism as he sextiles. Again, this is an aspect that gives gifts to you. The retrograde dignified Saturn in Aquarius. This is also happening on the new moon. What this means is that your personality, the sense of assertiveness and power that you feel, is receiving a gift from an area that relates to the energy of receiving love from others. It is an area that relates to community and groups of people and the society that you interact with, or the friends that you have in your life. And here is an opportunity for you to reflect on any structures and stability and the discipline that you experience through receiving love from others. This can include income that you receive for the work that you give out into the world. This can relate to groups of people or friends in society that allow you to structure yourself and make you feel more stable and disciplined. Now, Mars on this day also squares retrograde Pluto in Capricorn. And this is in an area that relates to your career. This relates to your status out in the world, the actions out in the world, your reputation. And what this will do is Mars will assist you with the necessary realization of what it is that you need to purge and detox that is an outdated, oppressive energy related to your career and your status. Now, Mars in Aries is also very impulsive and courageous and strongly assertive. And while it is squaring Pluto in the sign of authorities, it could lead to an explosive, dramatic expression, or it could lead to a very life-transforming sense of the phoenix that arises from the ashes again. There's a sense that something that was very oppressive may be lifted so that you can become and feel empowered through this and during this new moon time on the 29th of June. Now we also have on the 27th of June, Neptune that turns stationary retrograde at 25 degrees of Pisces until the 22nd degree of Pisces, all the way as long as it lasts up until the 3rd of December. Now, Neptune retrograde offers you the gift to reflect, review, and reconnect to matters related to the portal to a place beyond time and space. It relates to your visions and dreams and your sense of boundarylessness, your connection to oneness and to the source. The purpose of illusions or disillusion and dissolving, the sense that there is an end of a cycle that allows you to connect with the collective. From being in a place where you may have felt a bit isolated, there's a sense that you're connecting with the collective by letting go of something, ending a cycle. Now, on the higher octave, it may express as photography, art, and music. Anything that infuses greater divinity or spirituality into your lives and that connects you to the daily oneness. And for you, dear Aries, this may feel like you need to step away from the world. You may want to spend a little bit more time alone so that you can connect to your intuition and your imagination. There's a sense of stepping away and self-renouncing the material world so that you can connect much deeper to the sense of collective oneness. It's like you can pick up on the love that goes around on this globe collectively and kind of tap into that. On the lower octave, you may also experience the sense that you feel a little bit lost or confused, perhaps even deceived. There may be addictions that flare up if you have any addictions to chemicals, drugs, alcohol, or even escapism. There's also a sense that viruses and disease may rear their heads. And this is happening in an area of your life that relates to chronic illnesses. So this could be related to mental illness, or this could be related to any kind of chronic illness that you have may flare up. However, I can advise good dancing, lots of music, feeling the sense that you're connected with all that is one, that you can connect to God or your angels or your imagination and your intuition would hopefully express the higher octave. And if you feel like you have reached an end of a cycle and there's a sense of loss, there's a sense of realizing there was self-undoing that you're prepared to let go of, this is also a good time to celebrate this in a ritualistic fashion by being grateful to whatever it is that you're letting go of, to say thank you for the time that I've had with you, and it's time now to let you go so that I can connect and be more at one with the cosmic pulse, more at one with my own inner truth and reality. On the 23rd of June up until the 18th of July, Venus is entering into the sign of Gemini, and this is a good time for you to up your antics when it comes to communications, working with your neighbors or your siblings or any matters related to communications. There's a sense of nurturing and caring and love that deepens your way of communicating and connecting with others. We've had Mercury in the sign of Gemini as well. Since the 21st of June and all the way up to the 5th of July is an excellent time to deal with documents, paperwork, siblings, neighbors. This is a time where Mercury blesses you with rationality, with insightfulness, with good communications, and with being witty. It then moves after the 5th of July. This is Mercury into the sign of Cancer, which is a form of communications that is a lot more emotionally based. So for clear thinking and rationality, infused with the love and the sense of relationships, then truly from the 23rd of June until the 5th of July is a great time to make any decisions around paperwork or studies that will allow you a lot of clarity and forward momentum. After the 5th of July, you still have Venus assisting with the sense of love and relationships and femininity and beauty in terms of communications or matters related to studies or teaching, or even short distance travel or commuting may be improved during this time. Also on the 5th of July, we have Mars moving from his sign of power, where he was giving you physical energy and dynamism and the sense of ambition and assertion. And he's now moving into his sign of detriment, which is when he's in the sign of Taurus. And here Mars can act rather aggressively or destructively, even ruthlessly or bombastically. And being the planet of drive and vitality, Mars, when in the slow-moving sign of Taurus, becomes rather frustrated and pushy, sometimes even bullish or stubborn or passive-aggressive. And for you, dear Aries, this is occurring in an area of your life that relates to your self-worth, your finances, your possessions, your self-esteem, and also your confidence. So it would seem that matters related to your finances are possibly experiencing the sense of Rottweiler-like, something grabbing on and holding on that sense of bullishness and pushiness regarding standing up for your own self-worth. Perhaps there's a sense of disappointment, perhaps there's a sense of having to push a little harder because you feel frustrated around matters around your finances. This can also relate, by the way, to your diet. This area of your life also relates to your diet, which is deeply tied into your self-esteem. So here, just be cautious and aware that you don't become aggressive through the frustrations that you may want to move faster, and Taurus really wants things to stay slow and not move really fast. So there's a matter of having patience, I guess, and just to be conscious that all matters related to your self-esteem, your finances, your possessions seem to be going through a time of a challenge during the 5th of July period, starting the 5th of July, during the Cancer season. And then on the 13th of July, we have the full moon occurring in the sign of Capricorn at 8:30 p.m. that evening. Now, this is also a hugely transformative time because we have Pluto conjunct this full moon, and this is occurring for you in this area of your high sense of success, your career, your reputation out in the world, your actions out into the world, your status. Now, the full moon marks the completion of a 6-month cycle which started on the last Capricorn new moon, which was on the 18th of January 2022. Finally, you will harvest the benefit of that new beginning from January 18th, and you're ready to pick the ripe fruit that you sowed then. This full moon, being conjunct Pluto, highlights the urgent transformation of any oppressive circumstance that you can relate to in regards of your career and your standing out in the world, the actions that you profess in your profession out into the public world. Mercury is conjunct the Sun, which allows for really good communications in all matters related to emotional communication and expression around the subjects of home and family, security, and the sense of your roots and your ancestry. There will be the sense that matters around this come to a head. Now, both the Sun and the Moon are sextiling and trining the retrograde Neptune. And Neptune, of course, as I've mentioned, is the planet that relates to your dreams and your visions, and the sense of dissolving and letting go of the material, and saying farewell, realizing that there was some sort of self-undoing that you've outgrown. And there's a sense that you are asked to simply trust. And at the same time, the Sun and Moon are also sextiling the planet Uranus, which for you is regarding all matters to do with your finances, your possessions, your self-esteem, your self-worth, your confidence. And we know that there's very exciting, new and liberating matters occurring in this area of your life, because Uranus is there to shake up matters related to your possessions and your money and your finances. The ruler of the full moon, which is Saturn, and it's retrograde, is asking you to restructure and restabilize your income, or the love that you receive from friends, or the connections that you have in society, your friends, your groups of society that you are working with. There's a sense that this is going to become stabilized. And this is all happening through that trine to Venus, which is in the house of communications, paperwork, co-workers, neighbors, and siblings. There's a sense that there will be the cooperation that is lighthearted, that is insightful, witty, and rational, and loving, that will aid you in these big changes in your life. Full moons always indicate a climax, and matters come to a head as the energies between the Sun and the Moon, which are 180 degrees opposing each other in the sky, shine their light upon each other. It feels like a make and break time. The concept is that the moon and the sun desire opposite each other. The sun, who you are, wants to be at home and nurturing and feeling secure and looking after the family, while the moon really wants you to be successful and out in the world and working and having a job. The sun, which is that part of you that wants to, ideally, the part of your personality, the center of your individuality, your sense of vitality and purpose, your masculine, yang, and father nature, and how it is that you radiate conscious light into the world, is screaming for home and family life and security. And the moon, which relates to your emotional needs, your inner yin life, the feminine, the mother, your styles of caring, your irrational instinctual responses, your ability to receive and respond to intimacy, to comforts and the family, want you to be successful out in the career world and working. And it's about finding this home and work balance that will come to a head around the full moon. So this unconscious habit of wanting to work and be successful, and the conscious habit of wanting security and being at home with your family, are balancing each other out on this full moon. And until we learn to balance these matters out, we tend to bring in relationships into our lives that mirror these things that we desire or need around the full moon. So it may seem impossible to decide on the full moon how you will manage to be out in the world, successful in your career, but at the same time a home body that can provide security. There's this sort of tug and pull that goes on. It's important to know that relationships are essential to you, and you must be fully conscious of how your words and actions affect others. In looking to the right relationship, you need to proceed through the clarity of the light, which is coming to you through this deep urge to radiate a sense of security, home, and family. This is what gives you consciousness. And try not to get too caught up in the emotional bond of sheer desire, which is this instinctual, habitual need to want to go and be successful out in the world and to have a career. So this full moon is the high point, culminating at the lunar cycle's peak, of course, with truths revealed and illuminated on this day. What exactly is becoming illuminated for you? Everything seems energized and increased in regards to your career and your profession out in the world, your status. And you may ask yourself, what is it that you want to have grow at this time? Do you want peace and harmony? And if so, then meditate on this yearning to want to be successful and have a career. Don't confront anything different or difficult during the full moon. Please wait for a day or two after it is past to tackle these situations. In the bigger picture, maturity energy prevails at the full moon. As a result, there is a heightened sense of clarity. You may feel disappointed if the new moon intentions of January in terms of your career, January 2022, did not work out as planned. And if this is the case, please realize that forgiveness is important, but most importantly, forgive yourself and prepare to collaborate and move forward. Trust and know that the events around the full moon are in harmony and closer to your inner truth, your personal growth, and your evolution. In the big picture, maturity energy prevails at the cycle's peak. As a result, there is a heightened sense of clarity. Keywords I will leave you with is results, forgiveness, gratitude, illumination, mirroring, relationships, culmination, projection, completion, confidence, peace, and stillness. May these prevail for you on the full moon. I wish you a beautiful Cancer season. Be blessed. Take care. Bye for now. Hi, dear Taurians. Thank you for joining me on the Cancer season forecast. Cancer season for you relates to all matters that regard communications, writing, reading, teaching, short distance travel, matters related to siblings or neighbors. On the 21st of June, this becomes activated all the way through to the 22nd of July. And then on the 29th of June, we have the new moon at 7 degrees of Cancer in this area of your life. From the 5th to the 19th of July, we have Mercury in this area of your life. So this kind of double whammies up on communication. And this is really a time where you'll be communicating a lot about family and about your emotions and what makes you feel safe and what relates to you nurturing yourself. Especially on the 16th of July, we have the Sun and Mercury Cazimi. So this is an excellent time to either be teaching or commuting to a very important place. This might be anything to do with communications with siblings or neighbors, or possibly even simply your thoughts within your day that reach a lot of clarity. On the 18th of July, we then have Venus also entering this area of your life, infusing a lot of love, caring, relationships related to communications, short distance travel, your siblings, your neighbors. This could symbolize women, young women in your life joining you to either study or teach, or perhaps for short distance travels. On the 20th of July, we have the Sun and Moon in opposition, meaning that the Sun is in the sign of Cancer and the Moon is in the sign of Pluto. And this very much relates to, on these days, there may be discussions around travel, international travel, matters related to the law or foreigners, or possibly a sense of awakening in terms of a philosophy, a religion, a sense of connecting to a guru or a wise person. On the 27th of June, Neptune goes retrograde. And this is occurring for you in an area that relates to the love that you receive from others. It relates to friends and friendships, to groups of society, and to your hopes and dreams and ideals. Now, when Neptune turns retrograde, stationary to turn retrograde, where Neptune will continue through until the 3rd of December to be retrograde, it offers you the gift to reflect and review and reconnect to matters related to the sense of being a portal to a place beyond time and space. It helps you to recognize your visions and dreams around friends and groups of society, and what makes you feel that your hopes and dreams have a sense of boundarylessness, where you feel like you're connected to one and to the source. Neptune also gives the purpose of illusion and disillusion and dissolving. This could mean that there's a sense of a friendship or group of friends, or possibly the income that you earn, or this idea of what your hopes and dreams are may have the sense of dissolving. Neptune also wants you to relate to the isness of being, the mystery, and it likes you to trust and connect to the collective consciousness. On the higher octave, it may infuse your life with photography, art, dancing, or music, or anything that allows you to connect to the greater spirituality in your life. Perhaps you meet spiritual friends, or even if you do something online. There's a sense that this daily oneness to the divine is becoming activated for you as you reflect and review on this area of your life. On the lower octave, it can have you feel that you feel lost at sea or confused, or that you feel deceived, or that possibly even a sense of addictions to chemicals, drugs, alcohol, and escapism can occur if you have friends of such nature that may reach out to you or tempt you into such addictions. Even viruses and diseases may rear their heads. And this is happening in an area of your life that is infused with good luck, so hopefully not. But it could be that some of your friends may experience a disease or have the addiction problems. This would be, as mentioned, the lower octave of this expression. Ideally, there will be the sense of connecting to your society in the sense of oneness. Now, on the 23rd of June until the 18th of July, Venus is entering the sign of Gemini. And Mercury has also been in Gemini since the 21st of June and stays there until the 5th of July. So between the 23rd of June until the 5th of July is an excellent time to deal with financial matters. This is when you have a lot of insight, there's a great communication, and there's a sense of rational, witty thinking around relationships, around money. This could relate to working with females, this could relate to a banker or a financial person who is highly intelligent and forward-thinking. And this is really a good time to be sorting out your self-esteem, your sense of confidence around the possessions and the values that you have. And this may also relate very much to your diet, because this is very much tied into our self-esteem and values. So this could be a great time to get on top of a healthy lifestyle. Also on the 5th of July, we have Mars entering the sign of Taurus. Now, Mars has been in an area of life that relates to letting go of cycles in a really dynamic, ambitious, and assertive way that has left you feeling very empowered. This has been a time for you to be feeling like you were working from behind the scenes and connecting to the collective. And as Mars moves into your sign of Taurus on the 5th of July, there is a little warning to heed that Mars, when in the sign of Taurus, can feel rather frustrated, because Mars wants to rush into things and get things done, and Mars is about vitality and passion and energy, and Taurus likes to do things quite slowly and is stubborn in its way of enduring and maintaining things as they are. So there could be a sense that you may experience in your physical body and matters related to your health and your persona a sense of being a little frustrated, pushy, bullish, possibly the sense of feeling stubborn or even passive aggressive. And this can activate a sense of destructive or ruthless or even bombastic way of dealing with matters. So this could be that perhaps you're pushing your physical body too hard to do something that it's not ready to do. There's a sense to slow down and just to be conscious that Mars, when it's in your sign, needs to breathe in deeply and just try and go a little slow. Now, on the 30th of July, we have the full moon occurring on this axis for you that relates to the communications, to the siblings, to the thinking, to the short distance travel, and the axis of foreign travel, foreigners, bigger thinking, higher tertiary education, philosophies, religions, philosophies. So this is occurring at 8:30 at 21 degrees of Cancer and 21 degrees of Capricorn. It's the Capricorn full moon. And the full moon always completes a 6-month cycle, which started on the last Capricorn new moon, which was on the 18th of January 2022. And now finally you harvest the benefits of the new beginnings that you created in January, and you're ready to pick the ripe fruit of what you've sowed. So this full moon, which relates to matters around foreign and philosophy and higher tertiary education and teaching, is conjunct Pluto, the planet that likes to regenerate and likes to purge and detox. And Pluto is very much the planet that relates to where we feel oppressed, and it's where we need to check in what we need to let go of so that we can serve our highest truth and feel empowered. So there's a sense of, around the 13th of July, realizing how you can feel empowered about matters related to foreigners, legal matters, publishing, traveling overseas, teaching, higher tertiary at university, or starting a new course, perhaps completing a new course. Now, Mercury is conjunct the Sun on the day, and this is in an area that relates to you communicating what nurturing yourself means. It's about communicating how and where you feel secure and safe, and where it is that you feel like the homemaker. So this allows a good deal of expression and communications regarding how you're feeling around your immediate environment, around your neighborhood, matters related to your siblings or your neighbors, all matters related to communications that have your emotional requirements to connect with others in mind. Now, the sun and the moon on this full moon are both sextiling and trining the retrograde Neptune, which for you, dear Taurians, relates to your dreams and visions regarding your hopes and dreams, and how it is that you want to receive love from others, groups of people, society at large. It's about simply trusting when it comes to these matters. And Uranus is receiving that sextile or trine from this sun and moon, full moon opposition. And it very much relates to exciting, new and liberating thinking about your persona, your health, your vitality, and how it is that you shine out in the world. There's a sense of newness and innovation that you'll be experiencing around this full moon. Now, the retrograde Saturn in Aquarius is asking you to restructure and restabilize your career and your profession, and how and what it is that you do in terms of your actions out in the world that give you a reputation and a status. There's a sense that you can tweak this to make it more disciplined and to give you more structure and stability. It is in partile trine with a Venus, which is very much related to your finances, your self-esteem and self-worth and confidence related to your finances and your value systems. And you are receiving from this Venusian energy the finances to give you the cooperation, the sense of lightheartedness and insights and witty and rational, loving communications that will allow you to restructure your career and allow you to feel liberated and innovative as you follow the sense of connecting to all, the sense of oneness and your dreams. Now, the full moon always indicates a climax. Matters come to a head as the energies between the sun and the moon at 180 degrees opposing each other in the sky make you feel like it's make or break time. The concept is that the moon and the sun desire opposites. The sun wants you to sort out your communications and your home, matters related to siblings and your local environment and neighborhood. And this is a little bit at odds with the moon that wants you to travel foreign and overseas and experience new philosophies and new religions and do long-term travel. So the sun, which is your ego self and your personality and the center of your individuality and your sense of vitality and purpose, your masculine yang father and who you are as you radiate your conscious light being and shine your light into the world, is wanting you to sort out matters in your neighborhood, your environment, matters related to your siblings and your neighbors and your thinking and your local travel and your short distance travel. And the moon, which relates to your emotional needs and your inner yin life, the feminine, the mother that you are to yourself, your styles of caring for yourself, your irrational, instinctual responses, your ability to receive and respond to intimacy and to comforts and to the family, want you to travel abroad and open your mind to new philosophies and religions and become wiser through any form of tertiary education or travel. So there's this tug and pull between your local environment and your ego, and then your moon's need for this femininity of expansion and traveling overseas and dealing with the sense of the greater exploration. Now, this unconscious habit, which is you wanting to travel and expand your world, and your conscious, which wants you to sort out things in your neighborhood and matters related to teaching and paperwork, are a little at war with each other. And until you learn to balance these in your life, you tend to bring in relationships into your life that mirror these things that you desire or need on this full moon. So it may seem impossible to make a decision on the full moon as you tear between these two experiences. Relationships are essential, and you must be fully conscious of how your words and actions affect others. However, in looking for the right relationship, you need to proceed through the clarity of the light, which is your sense of communicating in a very nurturing way matters related to your environment and your neighbors. This is your consciousness, and not get caught up in the emotional bond of sheer desire, which is your moon that wants you to travel and explore and widen your horizons in matters related to foreign and religion and belief systems and tertiary education. So when the full moon is at this high point, it is culminating in the lunar cycle. And this is when truths are revealed and illuminated. And what exactly is becoming illuminated for you? Everything around foreigners, philosophies, traveling overseas, religions, tertiary education, universities, gurus, wise people is being energized and increased for you on this full moon. And you can ask yourself, what do you want to have grow at this time? If it's peace and harmony, then meditate on this. Please don't confront a different or difficult situation during the full moon. Please wait for a day or two after it is passed to tackle these. In the bigger picture, maturity energy prevails at the cycle's peak. As a result, there is a heightened sense of clarity. If you feel any disappointment that may exist if the result of your new intention from the new moon from January 2022 did not work out as planned, then please forgive yourself. Forgiveness is very important, and then prepare to collaborate and move forward. Trust and know that the events around the full moon are in harmony and in closer to your inner truth and your personal growth and your evolution. In the bigger picture, maturity energy prevails at the cycle's peak. As a result, there's a heightened sense of clarity. The keywords are results, forgiveness, gratitude, illumination, mirroring, relationships, culmination, projection, completion, confidence, peace, and stillness. I leave you with these words, dear Taurians. Have a beautiful Cancer season. Thanks for joining me. Bye for now. Hey, dear Geminis, thank you for joining me on this Cancer season forecast. On the 21st of June, on the solstice, the sun is moving into the sign of Cancer, which affects in your life all matters related to your self-esteem, your self-confidence, matters related to your finances, your value systems, and also your diet. On the 29th of June, we have a new moon at 7 degrees of Cancer, activating this area. From the 5th to the 19th of July, Mercury enters this area. This is a great time for you to communicate your needs, that all matters related to what makes you feel nurtured financially, what are your value systems, what makes you feel like you have security and comfort and the sense of creating a home for yourself through your finances. On the 16th of July, Mercury is Cazimi the sun. This is an excellent time to make decisions around your finances, around your diet, around your self-esteem. This is a great time to communicate your needs. On the 18th of July, Venus then also enters the sign of Cancer, and this will bode a sense of perhaps money's coming your way, or perhaps you're working with a woman to assist you in increasing a bit of value system or self-worth or self-esteem. On the 20th of July, we have Pluto coming in from an area that relates to resources that you receive from others, the sense of this could be inheritances, this could be tax-related matters, this could be matters related to income that you earn from partners. And this is an area where physical, emotional, spiritual, and financial resources arrive to you from others. And with this, there's sometimes anxiety around this, or fears that you don't believe you are worth receiving this from others. So there could be this deep-rooted sense of any trauma related to that which nurtures you, that which makes you feel like you're at home. And during this time period of a couple of days before the 20th of July and after, as the sun moves into opposition with Pluto, you will find the sense of the subject of what am I worth that I receive from others, and what can I give to others so that they give to me. So there's the sense of shared resources and value systems that is highlighted throughout this time. There could also be the sense of realizing that it's time to let go of a certain trauma or anxiety that is deeply ingrained into your survival, or into the sense of you feeling secure and confident and safe and giving you self-esteem. So we have on the 27th of June, Neptune turning retrograde in an area for you that relates to your career, your profession, your status in the world, what it is that your actions out into the world are for you in terms of gaining a reputation. Now, with Neptune going retrograde, it gives you the time to reflect and review and reconnect to matters related to where your portal to a place beyond time and space begins. It's related to your visions and your dreams for your career, and the sense of boundarylessness, your connection to oneness, to the source. The purpose of illusion, disillusion, and dissolving becomes the forefront of your experience. Neptune relates to isness, to mystery, to trust, and the collective consciousness. And on the higher octave, you may incorporate photography, dancing, art, or music, or anything that infuses greater spirituality in your life, to your daily sense of oneness, to the divine. And this will be incorporated into your actions out into the world. On the lower octave, you may feel a little lost at sea or confused, possibly even deceived, and matters related to addictions, being chemicals or drugs or alcohol, or even the sense of escapism, or even matters related to viruses and diseases may rear their heads during this time period, which continues all the way through to the 3rd of December as you review these matters in your life in relation to your career and your sense of highest success out in the world. Now, on the 23rd of June, Venus enters your sign, dear Gemini, all the way through to the 18th of July. And this could be a time where you just feel a lot of love coming your way, specifically from females, or possibly money is coming your way. It could also be that you start feeling a little bit more creative, or you want to connect with female friends. There's the sense of relationship and love and harmony that is and will be infused in your life during this 23 June to 18 July time period. And at the same time, since 21st of June and all the way through to the 5th of July, Mercury is also in your sign. So this is really a good time to get your head around rational, witty, insightful, communicative thinking and communication in regards to your persona, your physical body, your health, how it is that you look. Really an excellent time to kind of up the antics in terms of your day-to-day routine, in terms of your health. And this could be exercise programs. This could be doing more art if it's Venus, or anything that gives you pleasure and that you enjoy. Then also on the 5th of July, we have Mars moving into an area of your life that relates to the sense of completion, the endings, a cycle coming to an end. There's a sense that you may want to feel a little bit withdrawn and spend some time for yourself to recharge your batteries, to connect to the collective, to connect to God, your angels, to connect to your imagination and your intuition. Mars has been very active and very powerful and dynamic and ambitious and assertive up until this point of the 5th of July. In matters related to you connecting to friends and groups of people and society at large, in connecting to your hopes and dreams. And then on the 5th of July, Mars is moving into this area where it actually wants you to move away and kind of recover a little bit from all of this being out and about and socializing. And it's really asking you to look deeply also at matters related to your subconscious, matters related to chronic illnesses, matters related to where you keep secrets from yourself, in other words, your shadow side. And with Mars moving into the sign of Taurus, it can feel a little frustrated. Mars wants to rush into things. It's impetuous. It likes to be free to act in its courageous manner, and it has a lot of passion and vitality to it. Although the sign Taurus that it's moving into likes to do things slowly and likes to maintain and hang on to things. So when the two of them come together, Mars will feel quite frustrated and can become quite pushy, bullish, stubborn, or even passive aggressive. Even the sense of Mars behaving quite destructively or ruthlessly or bombastically is something to be cautious of, because this area of your life is also related to hidden enemies that you're not aware of. It's related to the blind spot that we cannot see in a mirror. So it could be with Mars feeling a little off color in this area of your life that you may bump into a hidden enemy, maybe something that you didn't expect from somebody who's coming your way, to be cautious of that. It could be you digging a little deeper into your unconscious and into the behaviors that relate to your self-undoing, to kind of do a bit of surgery and maybe decide, I'm ready to let go of this. Perhaps that's why you might feel a little bit pushy and say, I've had enough of this. I'm ready to live a conscious life and I don't want to live out my shadow side. So yes, enjoy that process. And then on the 13th of July, we have the full moon at 8:30 in the evening in the sign of Capricorn. And this is happening for you in an area related to the resources that you receive from other persons. I had not yet mentioned the new moon. Let me do that first before I jump onto the full moon. So the new moon, which occurs on the 29th of June at 4:51 a.m. South African Standard Time, occurs at 7 degrees of Cancer. And this new moon will bless you with the time to set intentions. The new moon relates to the new beginnings, also to the pause and rest that you are required to connect with your imagination, your intuition, and your visions for the next lunation cycle. You can use the new moon phase to reflect upon the last lunation cycle, recharge, rest, stop so that the angels can catch up with you. Connect with your dreams and how you will initiate the actions and decisions for the next moon cycle, which will bring new developments and new growth potential and a fresh energy. Now, Jupiter in Aries is in a sign that is related to your sense of hopes and dreams, how you connect to society, networking, socializing, community, friends, groups of friends. And this squares off the new moon, which is in an area that relates to your finances, your possessions, your self-esteem, your value system, activating and infusing this expansive, bold energy of meeting new friends, going out there, chasing your dreams, into this mix of this reflective, more inward bound power of the new moon cycle that wants you to protect everything that you love, physically, emotionally, through security, through your finances. This is a time where you're digging deep to see, what is my value system? What makes me feel secure and safe and nurtured? Now, Venus is at 7 degrees of Gemini at the time in your sign, and it's making this partile sextile to Jupiter, infusing a sense of playfulness and love and curious romance regarding your physical health, your personality. And this will gain you favor in terms of meeting new people and friends and connecting to society or networking. There's a sense that this love that comes through Venus in your sign, the beauty that comes with that, may connect you with lots of female friends, or doing things that you love that may relate to possibly cooking or art, or anything that makes you happy and that makes you feel like you're loving yourself. There's a great sense of loving yourself through the friends that you choose and through the hopes and dreams that you have. Now, Mars is at 25 degrees of Aries at the time. And it is rather assertive and powerful and dynamic, relating very much to these types of friends that you have, or these type of hopes and dreams that you have for yourself, or the sense of love that you receive from others is rather direct. And it is connecting with the sense of stability and reflecting on structures regarding your belief systems, your philosophies, anything that you're teaching or learning. Matters related to foreign travel and overseas is tied into this. And there's a sense that you would like to discipline yourself more around how you teach, what you're learning, all the higher tertiary education, the spiritual connections through belief systems and philosophies will gain momentum as you connect with certain groups of people and friends. Now, Mars also squares the retrograde Pluto in Capricorn on this day, and it's assisting you with the necessary purging and detoxing of any outdated oppressive energies that you may be feeling in regards to your fears and your anxieties around your self-worth when it comes to receiving physical, emotional, financial, or spiritual assistance from others. Mars is rather impulsive and courageous and strong and assertive on this particular day. And with it squaring off the Pluto authorities related to taxes, bonds, or mortgages that you receive from others, or even finances from other people. And with Mars being so assertive and representing your hopes and dreams, there could be a bit of an explosive, dramatic expression, or certainly a deeply transformative, cathartic one on this day of the new moon, whereby you realize that possibly how it is in the past that you've received money or resources from others, or possibly any traumas or blockages you've had that prevent you from accepting this from others, are sort of almost instantaneously released on the day. There's the sense that that which was oppressive no longer serves me. I'm happy to purge and upgrade and let go of this outdated way of being so that I can connect to my highest sense of truth. So let me move on to the full moon now, which occurs on the 13th of July, 2 weeks after the new moon. And this is when you'll be celebrating the full moon. It marks a completion of a 6-month cycle, which started on the last Capricorn new moon on the 18th of January. And now is the time for you to harvest the benefits of that new beginning, and you're ready to pick the ripe fruit that you sowed. The full moon being conjunct Pluto on the day could activate any traumas, or mostly possibly matters related around anxieties that used to oppress you, that you now want to break free from and let go of, so that you can feel empowered. And it highlights this urgent transformation of these oppressive circumstances. Mercury is conjunct the Sun on the day, and this will allow you a good deal of expression and communications around the subjects of your self-esteem, your self-confidence, your self-worth, your possessions, your finances. It's as though you'll be able to stand up for yourself and say, these are my value systems. And I'm not going to allow any fears or anxieties or traumas or old patterns of earning money or sharing resources with others stand in my way. I'm liberating myself from this, and I'm moving forward so that my self-esteem can shine much brighter. So the Sun and the Moon are both sextiling, trining both Neptune, which relates for you in regards to your dreams and your visions and the sense of connecting to spirituality and oneness in your career, in how it is that you shine in your own personal sense of success, of connecting to the divine. And Uranus, which is a deeply liberating and very exciting experience for you, whereby you want to connect more to spirit, to the collective. This is an area of your life where you self-renounce the material world, and you realize by connecting to spirit and to the soul, and to a conscious lifestyle where you're connecting to the subconscious, to your shadow side. Possibly even matters related to chronic illnesses that have occurred because of the shadow side. There's a sense of liberating yourself through this on the full moon. And the full moon ruler, which is Saturn retrograde, is occurring in an area where you need to restructure and restabilize all matters related to foreigners, overseas philosophies, higher tertiary education, teaching, learning, traveling, the law, maybe even publishing. There's a parallel trine to Venus, which is in your sign of Gemini. And there's the sense that cooperating through lightheartedness, through insightfulness, through being witty and rational and loving in your communications, that you can improve on all those matters related to philosophies and religions and foreign travel and teaching, and how these relate to this higher vision that you have for your status and reputation and your career and your world, and how connecting into the collective will assist you with this on the full moon. Now, the full moons always indicate a climax. Matters come to a head as the energies between the sun and the moon, 180 degrees opposing each other in the sky, make you feel like it's make or break time. The concept is that the moon and the sun desire opposite each other. The sun, in your case, wants you to be confident, have value systems, have self-esteem, manage your possessions and your finances. And this may be a little bit at odds with what your needs are, and those are to be reliant on others or be of service to them so that they can provide you with physical, emotional, spiritual, and financial resources. So the sun, which is your ego self and your personality and the center of your individuality and your sense of vitality and purpose, your masculine yang father, and who you are as you shine your radiant conscious light being into the world, is very connected to your finances, how you plan your finances, how you manage your finances, how they make you feel safe and secure, how they give you self-worth and the sense of self-esteem. And the moon relates to your emotional needs and your inner yin life, the feminine mother, or your styles of caring, your irrational, instinctual responses, your ability to receive and respond to intimacy and comforts and the family. And this is very much related to you trusting that you will receive enough, the sense of abundance. It will come my way. If I open up to it, if I believe in it, if I let go of any traumas or anxieties or blockages regarding my self-worth, that I am not worthy of receiving or giving. So this unconscious habit of having fears or anxiety that there's not enough in the world, and that perhaps what you have to offer isn't worth charging for, and your conscious personality regarding your finances seem to be a little bit at war. And until you learn to balance these in your lives, you tend to bring in relationships into your life that mirror the things you desire or need on a full moon. It may seem impossible for you to decide on the full moon as you tear between the two experiences. Relationships are essential, and you must be fully conscious of how your words and actions affect others around the full moon. In looking for the right relationship, one needs to perceive through the clarity of the light, which is this area of your life where you have self-esteem and confidence and self-worth and value systems. Use these as your consciousness so that you don't get caught up in the emotional bond of sheer desire, which could default into the sense of fear or anxiety about not being worthy and not being able to receive physical, emotional, spiritual, or financial resources from others because you feel that you perhaps don't have these to offer. So the full moon is this high point which culminates at this lunar cycle's peak. And this is where truths are revealed and illuminated. Now, what exactly is becoming illuminated for you, dear Geminis, is that everything around your fears and anxieties regarding also intimacy with yourself, so that you can trust yourself and that you are worthy of receiving from others. This energy is being increased and energized. And you can ask yourself, what do I want to have grow at this time? And if matters related to self-esteem and self-worth give you a sense of peace and harmony, then meditate on this. Don't confront a different or difficult situation during the full moon. Please wait for a day or two after it has passed to tackle these. Now, disappointment may exist if the results of the new intention of the new moon from January 2022 did not work out as planned. This is specifically in relation to your finances, managing them, your self-worth, your self-esteem. And this would be important for you to forgive yourself around certain value systems or how you've managed your finances if you feel disappointed. And then prepare to collaborate and move forward. Trust and know that the events around the full moon are in harmony and closer to your inner truth, your personal growth and evolution. In the big picture, maturity energy prevails at the cycle's peak. As a result, there's a heightened sense of clarity. And I leave you with these words for the full moon. They are keywords: results, forgiveness, gratitude, illumination, mirroring, relationships, culmination, projection, completion, confidence, peace, and stillness regarding receiving resources from others. Thank you for joining me, dear Gemini. I wish you a beautiful season. Hi, dear Cancerians. Thank you for joining me on this Cancer season forecast. Firstly, happy birthday to all Cancerians. I wish you a phenomenal year ahead. May you be blessed with health, love, happiness, inner joy, and peace. So for you, dear Cancerians, all the actions during the Cancer season, starting on the 21st of June through to the 22nd of July, are in regards to your physical health and well-being. The new moon on the 29th of June is at 7 degrees of the sign of Cancer. This for you relates to new beginnings and also to the pause and rest you require to connect with your imagination, your intuition, and your visions for the next lunation cycle. You can use the new moon phase to reflect upon the last lunation cycle, recharge and connect with your dreams of how you will initiate the actions and decisions for the next moon. Stop so that the angels can catch up with you a little bit. And the new moon cycle will bring in new developments, new growth potential, and fresh energies. So for you, the Jupiter Aries expansion in your life is related to your career. And this makes a square to your physical body and your health and vitality. So what this means is that there's a lot of energy going to go into your sense of self-worth, your sense of how you shine out in the world and what your personal best idea of success is, your status, your reputation. There's a sense that being very caring and nurturing and looking after your own inner stability and security through your physical body. This is through your diet, your vitality, your health, the exercise routines that you have, the way that you are simply nurturing and caring and like to connect to other people emotionally. This will allow for an expansive, bold, ambitious energy to push you forward into your career. And this falls into the mix of the fact that we are at a new moon, which is really a time to be reflective and inward bound, so that the new moon cycle can allow you to protect everything that you love physically, emotionally, through the security of your physical health and well-being and your persona. This is very important for you. Now, Venus is at 7 degrees of Gemini at the time, and this infuses love from females that come from a collective source. There's the sense that somebody from behind the scenes, possibly a woman, may activate within you the sense of wanting to maybe do some art or dancing, or just realizing how beautiful it is for you to spend time alone. Maybe you do yoga with somebody, go for walks on your own. So there's the sense that Venus infuses into the sense of your own personality and your career, the sense of playfulness and love and the sense of curious romance. And this is added into the mix of your career and your status out in the world. Now, Mars at Aries at 25 degrees, together with Jupiter, are expanding your career in a very ambitious, assertive, powerful, and dynamic way. And as it sextiles the retrograde Saturn, it is asking you to restructure and reflect upon the finances that you receive from others. So this could be an income coming your way. This could be an inheritance. This could be tax-related matters. This could be a bond that you're applying for to receive. And it's about restructuring the physical, financial, spiritual, and emotional resources that you receive from others and your self-worth related to letting go of anxieties and fears around your own self-worth, so that you can allow these finances to come into towards your pocket. There is a need for disciplining and structuring, be it the bonds or whatever it is that you're receiving from somebody else. Now, Mars squares the retrograde Pluto in Capricorn also on this day. And this is going to assist you with the necessary purging and detoxing of outdated, oppressive energies related to ex-partners, ex-business partners, or a relationship that is not good for you, a relationship that is possibly oppressing you in a very authoritative way. There's this realization that you want to purge and detox any relationship that is oppressive. And perhaps you've already done this, and there's simply this realization on the new moon how empowered it allows you to feel. So Mars is quite impulsive and courageous and very strong and assertive. And what this means is that there's a sense that asking for something that you need or being given something that you need may come your way, especially from some sort of authority. And it could either lead to quite an explosive, dramatic expression, or possibly just this great sense of liberation, almost like a phoenix arising from the ashes and flying off, feeling a lot more empowered. Now, from the 5th to the 19th of July, Mercury also goes into the sign of Cancer. This will truly help you communicate a lot better. You will be able to communicate just as you feel, all matters related to self-care, nurturing, loving yourself, allowing yourself to feel secure and stable within yourself, as though you are your own home and family. On the 16th of July, Mercury and the Sun are cazimi, so this specifically is an excellent day for communications. On the 18th of July, Venus then joins the mix into the sign of Cancer, bringing in love, finances, young woman, art, beauty, all the things that you love will come your way from the 18th of July onwards. Round about the 20th of July, there's this great reminder, you'll feel it a few days before and after, that it is time to liberate yourself from oppressive relationships. It'll be like a confirmation saying, wow, look how empowered I feel that I've let go of an outdated relationship. On the 27th of June, we have Neptune going retrograde in an area of your life that relates to foreign travel, overseas philosophies, religions, wise people, gurus, counselors, publishing, advertising, the law. And here it is asking you to reflect and review and reconnect to matters related to your sense of your portal to a place beyond time and space. Where is it that your visions and your dreams, or your sense of boundarylessness, or your connection to oneness or to the source are activated? The purpose of illusion and disillusion and dissolving is what Neptune gifts you with. Neptune relates to isness, to mystery, to trust, and the collective consciousness. On the higher octave, it may express as photography, dancing, art, and music, and anything that infuses greater divinity or spirituality into your life, and especially this connection to this daily oneness to the divine. On the lower octave, you may feel a little lost at sea, or confused or deceived, or matters related to addiction of chemicals, drugs, alcohol, or escapism. Even matters related to viruses and diseases may rear their heads in relation to the subjects discussed. On the 23rd of June through to the 18th of July is when Venus goes into the area of your life that relates to you wanting to have support from behind the scenes. This could be a female friend. This could be finances coming in. This could also, though, relate to a female friend or a value system that seems like a hidden enemy to you. This could be you connecting with your subconscious or your secrets, or with any chronic illnesses that you may have that you were not aware of, perhaps, let's say, an addiction. And there's a sense of all the things that you love. If there's too much of it, if there's too much of an indulgent, it can become self-destructive. So there could be the sense that you're ready to let go of this. And there could be the sense that your value systems, when connected to rather spirit or God, or volunteering and helping the collective, may be better appropriated. So there could be this sense of connecting to God or your angels and healing all matters related to chronic illness. There's a great sense of communication also because Mercury is also in the sign of Gemini from the 21st of June to the 5th of July in this area of your life. So all matters that seem to be hidden from you, or matters that relate to your own shadow side, there's a sense of connecting to your subconscious in a very clear, witty, and communicative and insightful way during this time. Now, on the 5th of July, we have Mars moving into an area of your life that relates to your hopes and dreams and your groups of friends and society at large. Mars has been very active in your career through its ambition and dynamism and assertion, has propelled you forward quite dramatically in the last month up until the 5th of July. And then as of and after the 5th of July, Mars is moving into its sign of its detriment, which is Taurus. Taurus is very slow and stubborn and likes to hold on to things and maintain them and persevere, while Mars wants to move forward and is quite impulsive and impetuous. So when it's in the sign of Taurus, he becomes quite frustrated and pushy and a little bit bullish, stubborn, or even passive aggressive. And it can attract people into your life that are quite destructive, ruthless, and bombastic, or even aggressive. So be mindful with who the groups of people you are hanging out with. Be mindful of what your hopes and dreams are, as well as the income that you want to earn and the love that you want to receive from others. It may come across as quite pushy and bullish during this time. So the full moon occurs on the 13th of July. And here we will celebrate the completion of a 6-month cycle, which started on the last Capricorn new moon in January 2020. And this was in regards to your relationships, business partners, marriage partners, best friends, live-in lovers. Finally, you get to harvest the benefits of the new beginnings, and you're ready to pick the ripe fruit that you sowed then. So the full moon is conjunct Pluto in an area of your life that is highlighting the urgent transformation of oppressive circumstances in terms of partnerships and relationships, one-on-one relationships. Mercury is conjunct your sun, and this will allow you a good deal of expression and communication regarding what you need to feel stable and secure and nurtured. So the sun and the moon are both sextiling and trining Neptune, which relates to your belief systems, your value systems, foreign travel, higher tertiary education, courses you teach or courses you are learning, advertising, the sense of adventuring and expanding your world. And these visions and the sense of trust around allowing them to dissolve so that you can connect with the boundariness of the oneness of connecting to the divine, or maybe even stepping into this portal of a place beyond time and space. It is through the excitement that comes with the new friends that you have, and possibly innovative friends that are creating a lot of change for you in your life, that allows you to feel liberated. And the full moon ruler, which is retrograde Saturn, is occurring in this area of your life that is asking you to restructure the resources that you receive from others. So this could be an income, this could be a bond, it could be an inheritance, it could be financial, physical, emotional, spiritual resources that you receive from others. It's time to restructure and restabilize them now. There's a partile trine from Venus, which gives you this sense of cooperation, lightheartedness, insightfulness, wittiness, and rational, loving communications, preferably, probably, possibly from your feminine nature that is normally hidden in your subconscious, or it could be a female friend, or it could also relate to finances coming your way, or matters related to art, or anything that you love is supporting you during this time. Now, the full moon always indicates a climax. Matters come to a head, and the energies between the sun and the moon, 180 degrees opposing each other in the sky, make you feel like it's make or break time. The concept is that the moon and the sun desire opposites. The sun, which relates to you as a Cancerian, caring, nurturing homemaker, may be at odds with your partner, business partner, live-in lover, marriage partner. So the sun, which is your ego self and your personality, the center of your individuality, your sense of vitality and purpose, your masculine yang father and who you are as a radiant conscious light being, shining your light out into the world as a nurturing person that wants to bond and connect and care for others, and who is sensitive and emotional. And the moon, which relates to your emotional needs, your inner yin life, the feminine, the mother, your styles of caring, your irrational instinctual responses, your ability to receive and respond, intimacy, comforts, and the sense of family, which comes through a partnership, are trying to find balance on this day. Your unconscious habits, which is this need to want to be in a relationship, and your consciousness, which is trying to stay truthful to yourself and not losing yourself in the relationship, are at war. And until you learn to balance these in your lives, you will tend to bring in relationships in your life that mirror this desire and need during the full moon. It may seem impossible on the day to decide how you will tear yourself between your needs and that of another. And it's important to know that relationships are essential to you, and you must be fully conscious of how your words and actions affect others. However, in looking for the right relationship, you need to proceed through the clarity of staying true to yourself. Your need to nurture yourself and make you feel as though you're the provider of your own security and home cannot be compromised. This is your sense of consciousness and awareness, and it can't get caught up in the emotional bond or the sheer desire of being in a relationship. Don't lose yourself in the relationship. So the full moon is the high point culminating in this lunar cycle's peak, and truths are revealed and illuminated. And what exactly becomes illuminated for you, dear Cancerians, is your relationships will be energized and increased on the day. And you can ask yourself, what do you want to have grow at this time in your relationships? Is it peace and harmony? And if so, then meditate on this. Please don't confront a different or difficult situation with the partner during the full moon. Please wait for a day or two after it has passed to tackle this. Disappointments may exist if the results of the new intention of the new moon from Capricorn January 2020 did not work out as planned. And this would mean that if you've lost yourself in a relationship and you've forgotten that you need to nurture yourself and be your own sense of stability and security, then you may want to forgive yourself for this, because forgiveness is important. It prepares you to collaborate and move forward. Trust and know that the events around the full moon are in harmony and closer to your inner truth, your personal growth, and evolution. In the big picture, maturity energy prevails at the cycle's peak, and as a result, there's a heightened sense of clarity. The keywords that I leave you with, dear Cancers, are results, forgiveness, gratitude, illumination, mirroring, relationships, culmination, projection, completion, confidence, peace, and stillness. Take care, be blessed. Bye for now. Welcome, dear Leos. Thank you for joining me on this Cancer season forecast. For you, dear Leos, the Cancer season is highlighting this need to spend time on your own. The sense to self-renounce the material world to connect to the spiritual. This is a sense of recharging your batteries and resting, and very much so working from behind the scenes and being invisible. This could be a time of connecting to your unconscious, to your own self-undoing, or your inner shadow side, your hidden type of enemies. But it could also very much relating to traveling foreign, somewhere overseas where you're not visible to the local people. This could include connecting to angels, gods, spirituality, your imagination, your intuition. So this all begins on the 21st of June for you, and it lasts through until the 22nd of July. And we start on the 27th of June with Neptune going retrograde, stationary to go retrograde in an area of your life that very much relates to the resources that you receive from others. So this would mean financial, emotional, spiritual, physical. And this is here where you have a time and an opportunity to reflect and review and reconnect to matters related to that area of your life where you feel like you're stepping into a portal that is a place beyond time and space. This is your vision and your dream, or your sense of boundarylessness, or the sense of connection to oneness and to the source. And this is very much coming in through either the finances of partners, business partners, marriage partners, or possibly an inheritance or a bond, or a mortgage, or matters related to the tax. But mostly it's about your fears and anxieties being let go so that you can open up this belief systems of abundance and allow all the good and the resources to come your way. So this area is where you may feel that there is a purpose in Neptune, showing you what illusions are and what disillusion or even dissolving means. Neptune is where we relate to isness, to mystery, and to trusting and connecting to the collective consciousness. On the higher octave, it may express through photography, art, or music, or dance, or anything that infuses you with a greater spirituality in your life, your sense of this daily oneness to the divine. On the lower octave, you may feel a little lost at sea, or confused, or deceived. There may be the sense of addictions to chemicals, drugs, alcohol, or escapism may be necessary if you are covered in fear or anxieties around your self-worth and what it is that you can offer to receive from others. You may even experience viruses or diseases may rear their heads during this time. Now, on the 29th of June, there's a new moon at 7 degrees of Capricorn. And a new moon is always a time that relates to new beginnings, and also to the pause and the rest that you require to connect with your imagination, your intuition, and your visions for the next lunation cycle. You can use the new moon phase to reflect upon the last lunation cycle, to recharge and connect with your dreams of how you will initiate the actions and decisions for the next new moon cycle, which brings new developments and new growth potential and fresh energies in matters related to travel and foreign and overseas, and possibly spirituality, religion, philosophies, perhaps a new course that you're teaching or attending, perhaps you're starting at university, or matters related to law and advertising also fall into this area. And this allows you the energy to feel like you're almost invisible. There's a sense that you want to step back from the world, escape maybe to a trip overseas, maybe escape through meditation, yoga, anything that you're doing on your own to recharge your batteries, and where you feel that you can be support from behind the scenes. And this will infuse a very expansive, bold ambition into the energy of foreign matter and travel, into this mix of this very reflective, inward bound power of the new moon cycle that wants you to protect all that you love, physically, emotionally, and through security, regarding your subconscious, regarding that which isn't visible, regarding the sense of needing time alone, isolated, so that you can recharge your batteries. Now, Venus goes into the sign of Gemini, an area of your life that relates to your friends. So this could be female friends that you're connecting with. It also relates to groups of people in society at large. So this could be artists, or anything that induces love for you, all the things that you love. The friends that you love may spend more time with you in a very sort of playful, loving, and curious, romantic way. There's the sense that the friends that you connect with, your hopes and dreams, and the income that you earn receives the sense of playful curiosity as an assistance and a guidance in your hopes and dreams. So Mars is very assertive and powerful and dynamic, and he sextiles the retrograde dignified Saturn in Aquarius on this day. And what this is showing us, that matters related to your partners, marriage partners, business partners, or live-in lovers or best friends, there's a sense that restructuring is required in terms of the relationship and the stability around the relationship, and the discipline around the time in the relationship may require that you need a little bit more time out to do spiritual things, or travel overseas, or kind of just have some time out for you to recharge your batteries. So Mars is squaring the retrograde Pluto in Capricorn, and this assists with the necessary purging and detoxing of outdated oppressive energies related to your day-to-day routine, how you are of service to others, any staff that you may be employing, matters related to your own disease, or matters related to any pets that you may have. Mars in Aries is rather impulsive and courageous and strongly assertive, and it is squaring this Pluto, and it's asking you to change your philosophies, your belief systems, matters related to your spirituality or religions, or matters related to foreign and the overseas, is activating this need for you to change your day-to-day routines. And it could be quite an explosive, dramatic expression on that day, or it could simply be that you feel this massive cathartic transformation occurring around the new moon in regards of your belief systems, matters related to foreign and overseas. And this activates this need to change your day-to-day routines so that you feel more empowered versus oppressed. We have on the 23rd of June, Venus going into the sign of Gemini, and this is occurring up until the 18th of July in your house of friends and groups of people. And this could mean that you will be seeing a lot of friends, female friends, or you'll be doing things that are a little bit more artistic and creative. There's a sense that having friends that are insightful, communicative, witty, and rational will be blessing you at this time. This is really a time for you to think about everything that you love in terms of your hopes and dreams, and the groups of people in the society that you connect with, and who it is that you receive love from. This will be activated during this 23rd of June to 18th of July period. Now, Mars goes into the sign of Taurus on the 5th of July, and here you will be experiencing Mars that has been promoting your spirituality, your belief systems, your higher learning, your philosophies and religions, is now moving into an area that relates to your highest sense of success out in the world, your status, your reputation, your actions in the world, your profession, your career. And when Mars is in the sign of Taurus, it feels a little frustrated because Mars is impetuous and it wants to move forward fast, and Taurus likes to do things slowly and likes to stick with the familiar. So there's a sense that matters related to work will feel a little frustrating. There's a sense of pushiness, of bullishness, a sense of stubborn or even passive aggressive energies around your career. And there could even be, watch out for aggressive, destructive, or ruthless or bombastic occurrences in matters related to your career, your profession, and your actions out into the world. On the 13th of July, we have the full moon occurring at 8:30 p.m. in the evening in the sign of Capricorn. Now, full moon, we always celebrate the completion of a 6-month cycle, which started on the last Capricorn new moon on the 18th of January 2022. Finally, you harvest the benefits of that new beginning, and you're ready to pick the right fruits you sowed, especially in regards to your day-to-day routine, matters related to how you are of service to others, others to you, matters related to any diseases you may have, or pets. The full moon is conjunct Pluto, and this is highlighting the urgent transformation of these oppressive circumstances. It's time to let go of these day-to-day routines and how you are of service to others. Mercury is conjunct the sun on the day, and this allows a good deal of expression and communication around what it is that you feel makes you feel safe and secure, and creates like a sense of home and nurturing for yourself. And here there's a sense that you want to withdraw and you want to be working from behind the scenes. You don't want to be in the limelight. You want to have time to connect with your subconscious and the gods and the angels and recharge your battery, connect and rest and be invisible to the world. Now, both the sun and the moon are sextile retrograde Neptune, which relates to your dreams and your visions and the sense of dissolving, but also trusting that the resources that you need, physical, emotional, financial, and spiritual, are coming your way. And Uranus, which is allowing you to feel incredibly liberated regarding matters in your profession, in your career, and your sense of status and actions out into the world. The ruler of the full moon, which is retrograde Saturn, relates to your business partners, live-in lovers, marriage partners. And here there's a sense that you want to restructure and restabilize your relationship with your partner. And there's a partile trine to Venus, that there's a sense of cooperation, lightheartedness, insights, witty and rational and loving communications that come from friends, or that you perhaps are just expressing about your hopes and dreams, or perhaps groups of people, perhaps the people that give you love, that will help you to restructure the matters related to relationships. So the full moons always indicate a climax. Matters come to a head as the energies between the sun and the moon, which are 180 degrees opposing each other in the sky, make you feel like it's time for make or break. The concept that the moon and the sun are at opposites brings this desire for you to be on your own, away from all the action, connecting to your subconscious, recharging your batteries, and this need to be of service to others is brought to the fore. So the sun, which is your ego self and your personality, the center of your individuality, your sense of vitality and purpose, your masculine yang father, and who it is that you radiate your conscious light being as a shining light into the world, really wants to step back and be out of the limelight and wants to recharge the batteries and connect with God and spirituality and be isolated and have just the sense of I'm at one with the universe. And then your moon, which relates to your emotional need and your inner yin life, the feminine, your mother, your styles of caring, your irrational instinctual responses, your ability to receive intimacy, comforts, and makes you feel like a family. And this is very much how you are of service to others, or matters related to your pets, are in need of balancing. How can you be of service to others, and how can you withdraw from everyone so that you can rest? So the unconscious habit of you wanting to be of service to others and your conscious habit of wanting to actually retreat and escape and rest are at war. And until you learn to balance these in your life, you tend to bring in relationships into your life that mirror the things you desire or need on the full moon. So it may seem impossible to decide on the full moon as you are torn between being of service to others or escaping and being isolated. The relationships that come into your life on this day are essential, and you must be fully conscious of how your words and actions affect others. In looking for the right relationship, you need to proceed through the clarity of the light which you are feeling by being isolated, alone, connecting to spirit, meditating, walking alone, doing yoga alone, connecting to your subconscious, a relationship that allows you to do this. And not get caught up in the emotional bonds of sheer desire of wanting to be of service to others. So the full moon is the highest point, culminating at the lunar cycle's peak. And this is when truths are revealed and illuminated to you about yourself. What exactly is becoming illuminated to you, dear Leo, is that the sense of wanting to be of service to others, the sense that the diseases that you may get from overworking, the sense that you may want to have a relationship with a pet or an animal, these are becoming energized and increased on this full moon. And you can ask yourself, what do you want to have grow at this time? And if it is peace and harmony, then meditate on this, withdraw, spend some time alone. Don't confront any different or difficult situation, especially regarding how you are of service to others or matters related to your diseases or illnesses or your pets during the full moon. Please wait for a day or two after it has passed to tackle these. Disappointments may exist if the results of the new intentions of the new moon in Capricorn in January 2022 did not work out as planned, and they were related to you escaping a little bit, having time for yourself, connecting to spirituality, removing yourself from the busyness of the world to recharge. If this isn't the case and you're not reaping the rewards, then please forgive yourself. Forgiveness is important, and prepare to collaborate and move forward. Trust and know that the events around the full moon are in harmony and closer to your inner truth, your personal growth, and your evolution. In the big picture, maturity energy prevails as the cycles peak. As a result, there is a heightened sense of clarity on this day. I will leave you with some keywords for the full moon: results, forgiveness, gratitude, illumination, mirroring, relationships, culminating, projecting, completion, confidence, peace, and stillness. Take care. Thanks for joining me today, dear Leos. Bye for now. Hey, dear Virgos, thank you for joining me on this Cancer season forecast. This month of Cancer brings out all matters related to the groups of friends that you associate with, your friends per se, what your hopes and dreams are, how you receive love from others, your income that you receive, any kind of humanitarian hopes and dreams that you have. So on the 21st of June, the sun moves into this area of your life through to the 22nd of July. And on the 27th of June, we have Neptune going retrograde in an area that relates to your marriage partner, business partner, and best friends. Now, with Neptune in this area, retrograde, it gives you to reflect and review on all relationships that allow you a portal to a place beyond time and space, relationships that are visions and dreams for you, the relationships that allow you a sense of boundarylessness where you can connect to oneness and to the source. And the purpose of Neptune here is to create illusions, or even disillusions, and dissolving in all matters related in relationships to you. Neptune is this idea and relates to isness, to mystery, to trust, and the collective consciousness. On the higher octave, it may express in friendships that are persons that are photographers, that like art, that like music or dance, or any kind of relationship that infuses a greater sense of spirituality into your life, your daily sense of oneness to the divine. On the lower octave, you may bring in friendships or partners that may come across as they feel like they are lost at sea, or confused, or even deceived. Perhaps even friends or persons that you know that have addictions to chemicals, drugs, alcohol, escapism. Relationships with people who may have viruses or diseases may rear their heads. On the 29th of June, we have the new moon at 7 degrees of Cancer. Now, new moon always blesses you with the time to set intentions. The new moon relates to new beginnings, also to the pause and the rest that you require to connect with your imagination, your intuition, and visions for the next lunation cycle. You can use the new moon phase to reflect upon the last lunation cycle, recharge, rest, take a break so that the angels can catch up with you and connect with your dreams again of how you will initiate the actions and decisions for the next moon cycle, which brings new developments and new growth potential and fresh energies into your life. Now, Jupiter, which is that planet of expansion, and Aries are in an area of your life that relates to receiving resources from others. This is an income from a partnership. This is physical, financial, spiritual, emotional resources that you receive from others. So this could be inheritances, this could be a bond, this could be tax-related matters. And it squares the moon off in an area that relates to your hopes and dreams, the income that you earn, the groups of people that you associate with. And this could indicate that perhaps there's a relationship or a friend that can bring into your life a resource that you enjoy. So there's this infusion of the sense of expansiveness through friends and groups of people, and that this bold energy is now mixing into this reflective inward bound power of the new moon cycle that really wants you to protect everything that you love, physically, emotionally, through security. And this relates very much to your friends, the groups of friends that you have, your sense of hopes and dreams and ideals, how it is that you receive love or income. It's really about your visions and your dreams that you want to protect. Now, Venus at 7 degrees of Gemini moves into this area of your life that relates to your career and your status out in the world and your profession. And it is sextiling Jupiter on the day, infusing a sense of playfulness, love, and curious romance from this area of your career and how you shine out into the world. So this could very much relate to perhaps females that you work with, or any kind of thing that you enjoy doing in terms of your actions out in the world that relate to femininity, to beauty, to all that it is that you love. Mars is strong together with Jupiter, and therefore ambitious and assertive and powerful and dynamic. And it is retrograding the dignified Saturn in Aquarius. And this is indicating that structures and stability in regards to how you are of service to others, or how others are subordinates and employed by you, or matters related to diseases or even your pets, can be expanded by allowing you to remove any anxieties or fears around the sense of abundance, to actually allow you to receive resources from others. Mars is squaring the retrograde Pluto on the day, and this is going to assist you with purging and detoxifying any outdated oppressive energies regarding how you give love of yourself, how you are romantic, how you have fun and joy, where you find your bliss. This is related to sports and holidays and having a good time. And Mars here would like to see you let go of your fears and anxieties and allow the good times to begin. Allow to receive the abundance coming your way. So there's a sense that Mars, which is rather impulsive and courageous and strongly assertive, would be squaring off this area of your life that allows for joy. And it could be almost a quite explosive, dramatic expression of you realizing that you felt oppressed when it came to having fun, or matters related to children, or expressing yourself through projects, and that you're ready to just let this go so that you can actually feel empowered. There's a strong energy around this on the new moon. Now, on the 23rd of June, Venus moves into the sign of Gemini, and Mercury is also in Gemini. So this is a really good time to communicate in a very insightful, rational, and witty way all the things that you love in terms of your career. Perhaps you're working with females in your career, or you're bringing in something artistic and creative. There's certainly this lovely expansion as both of these planets are in the sign of Gemini, activating this for you. On the 5th of July, also Mars goes into the sign of Taurus, and Taurus is rather slow and stubborn and stable and likes to persevere and maintain, while Mars wants to be impetuous and impulsive and move forward. So when Mars is in the sign of Taurus, it becomes frustrated and pushy and bullish and stubborn, or even passive aggressive. It can even become destructive, ruthless, bombastic, or aggressive. And for you, dear Virgos, this very much relates to matters of foreigners, overseas, publishing, advertising, belief systems, religions, philosophies, higher tertiary education, anything related to spirituality or studying or teaching this. And then on the 13th of July, we have the full moon at 8:30 in the evening in the sign of Capricorn. Now, full moon always is a time that we complete a 6-month cycle, which started in the last Capricorn new moon season on 18th of January 2022. And now finally is the time for you to harvest the benefits of that new beginning, and you're ready to pick the ripe fruits that you sowed in all matters related to your children, how you express love of yourself, what you believe romance is, where you find your joy and happiness, matters related to sports or having fun or even traveling. So the full moon is conjunct Pluto on the day, and this highlights the urgent transformation of any matters that are oppressive circumstances to you in regards to your children or how you give love of yourself, all the matters I've just mentioned. And Mercury is conjunct the Sun, which allows a good deal of expression and communication around matters related to the Cancerian subjects of being nurturing and creating stability and security and feeling at home amongst your friends, with groups of friends, with networking to society, with receiving love from others, and this includes also your salary and your income. So the Sun and Moon are both sextile and trine retrograde Neptune, which very much relates to visions and dreams and dissolving and trusting that you are experiencing around relationships with people that create the sense of mystery and trust and isness and boundarylessness in your life. And the sense of liberation and excitement that you are experiencing through a new belief system or a course that you're studying or travel to overseas. And the ruler of the full moon, which is Saturn, is asking you to restructure and restabilize all matters of how you are of service to others or how you employ others, matters related to any diseases you may have or any pets that you own. And there's a partile trine from Venus, which is the place of your work, your profession, your actions out into the world, your status and your reputation, which is allowing a lot of cooperation, lightheartedness, insights, witty and rational and loving communications from females in your workplace. So the full moon always indicates a climax. Matters come to a head as the energies between the Sun and the Moon, 180 degrees opposing each other in the sky, make you feel like it's time for make or break. The concept is that the Moon and the Sun desire opposite things. So the Sun, which is your hopes and dreams and your groups of friends and the love that you receive from others, seems to be very much at odds with your Moon, which is what you need, and that is to be with children or to give love of yourself or to be romantic, to have fun, to experience joy, to create projects, to express yourself. So the Sun, which is your ego self, your personality, the center of your individuality, your sense of vitality and purpose, your masculine yang father, and that which is radiant and conscious as a light being and shining light into your world. This is being expressed by the friends and the groups of people in your life. And then your Sun, this is your Sun, and then your Moon, which relates to your emotional needs and your inner yin life, the feminine mother, your styles of caring, your irrational instinctual responses, your ability to receive and respond to intimacy, comforts, and the family, which for you very much relates to children, projects, being creative, having fun and joy, and being on holiday and being happy and expressing this. They seem to be at odds. What is it that you want and how you want to express your love, and what is it that your friends are wanting to give you? So this unconscious habit of what you perceive giving love is, or romance is, or having fun, and this conscious energy around what your friends believe they want to give you and what you believe your visions and dreams are regarding receiving love are at war with each other. And until you learn to balance these in your life, you tend to bring in relationships into your life that mirror the things you desire and need on the full moon. So it may seem impossible to decide on the full moon as you feel torn between the two. Relationships are essential, and you must be fully conscious of how your words and actions affect others. In looking for the right relationship, one needs to proceed through the clarity of the light. It is important that you listen to what your friends are saying, what your hopes and dreams are, and where it is that you're receiving love from. This consciousness is more important than getting caught up in your emotional bond of sheer desire, of wanting to give love, of being expressive, of giving from yourself. So the full moon is a high point culminating at this lunar cycle's peak, and truths are being revealed and illuminated. What exactly is becoming illuminated for you? Dear Virgos, everything seems energized and increased in regards to having fun, romance, expressing yourself, having joy, being on holiday, doing sports. And you can ask yourself, what do you want to have grow more of at this time? If it's peace and harmony about expressing yourself and giving love, then meditate on this. Don't confront a different or difficult situation during this full moon. Please wait for the day or two after it has passed to tackle this. Disappointments may exist if the results of the new intentions of the new moon in Capricorn of January 2022 did not work out as planned. If your hopes and dreams or the love received from a friend or others is not what you had planned, forgive yourself. Forgiveness is important, and prepare to collaborate and move forward. Trust and know that the events around the full moon are in harmony and closer to your inner truth, personal growth and evolution. In the big picture, maturity energy prevails at the cycle's peak. As a result, there is a heightened sense of clarity. The keywords that I leave you with on this full moon, dear Virgo, are results, forgiveness, gratitude, illumination, mirroring, relationships, culmination, projection, completion, confidence, peace, and stillness. Thank you for joining me, dear Virgos. I wish you a beautiful Cancer season. Bye for now. Hi, dear Libras. Thank you for joining me today on this Cancer season forecast. The Cancer season for you is highlighting how you can be the best version of yourself in terms of your success out in the world, your actions out into the world, your career, your profession, your vocation, your status in the world, your reputation is being activated from the 21st of June until the 22nd of July. Now, on the 27th of June, we have Neptune turning stationary to go direct in an area of your life that relates to how you are of service to others, or it relates to the servants and the staff that you employ. This could also relate to any diseases or illnesses that you have, or any pets that you have. And here really what Neptune wants to do during the retrograde is give you an opportunity to reflect and review on how you can connect to a portal that takes you to a place beyond time and space, that takes you to a place where you can have visions and dreams. How is it that you can connect to the sense of boundarylessness or the connection to oneness and to source in your day-to-day activities? The purpose of illusion, disillusion, and dissolving is experienced in this area of your life. And Neptune relates to isness, to mystery, to trust, and the collective consciousness. On a higher octave, it may express as photography, art, dance, or music in your day-to-day activities, or anything that infuses greater spirituality into your life, this daily oneness to the divine. On the lower octave, you may feel a little lost at sea, confused, deceived, or connect to addictions, anything that's a chemical such as a drug, alcohol, or escapism. Viruses or diseases may rear their head. Now, on the 23rd of June to the 18th of July, Venus is entering the sign of Gemini, where she meets up with Mercury, also in Gemini. This allows you great insightful communication that is rational, witty, romantic, and loving in matters related to all foreign travel, foreigners, teaching spirituality, connecting with philosophies, religions, foreigners, publishing, advertising, and belief systems will have a lot of clarity, and there'll be a lot of communications, also matters related to teaching or studying any course that is a higher tertiary education. We have on the 5th of July, Mars entering the sign of Taurus, and Mars up until now has been blessing you with powerful and dynamic relationships. And as it moves on into Taurus, it moves into the area of your life that relates to fears and anxieties around how you are a resource to others, physical, emotional, spiritually, and financially, or they to you. So this could relate to any financial situation of finances from a partner, from inheritances, from a bank loan, or matters related to taxes also. With Mars moving into the sign of Taurus, Mars wants to move fast and has a lot of vitality and passion, and Taurus likes to do things slowly and cautiously and come across as a bit stubborn. So when Mars is in the sign, he becomes a bit frustrated, pushy, bullish, stubborn, or passive aggressive. He can even become quite destructive or ruthless or bombastic. So it would be important to notice that from the 5th of July onwards, when it comes to receiving finances from others, there may be a little bit of a sticky situation. On the 29th of June, we have the new moon in the sign of Cancer. Now, the new moon is always a time to set intentions, always a good time to set intentions. The new moon relates to new beginnings, also to the pause and rest that we require to connect with our imagination, our intuition, and our visions for the next lunation cycle. We use the new moon phase to reflect upon the last lunation cycle, recharge and connect with your dreams, and how we will initiate the actions and decisions for the next new moon cycle, which brings new developments, new growth potential, and fresh energies. Now, Jupiter in the sign of Aries, which is in relation to you expanding your relationships, is partile square this new moon, which is very much related to your career and your vocation and your profession. And it infuses this expansive, bold, ambitious energy around how you are a resource to others into the mix of this reflective, inward-bound power of the new moon cycle that wants you to protect all that you love, physically, emotionally, and that gives you security in regards to your career, your profession, your actions out into the world, your status, and your reputation. Now, Venus is at 7 degrees of Gemini at the time, and it gives a lot of love in relation to matters of foreign and anything that you're teaching or learning, or anything related to philosophies and religions and belief systems. And it is sextile this Jupiter in your house of the relationships, infusing a sense of playful love and curious romance in regards to your belief systems and relationships. Mars in Aries uses his ambitious assertiveness, his power and dynamism from your partnerships and your relationships as he sextiles the retro dignified Saturn in Aquarius, which very much relates to how you give love of yourself, how you have fun, where is your joy, how can you restructure going on holidays and having a good time. There's a sense that stability and structures are required, and there's this opportunity for this during the new moon to think of how in relationships to your one-on-one live-in lovers, marriage partners, business partners, this can be created. And there's the sense that you want a little bit more discipline around having time off and having some fun. Now, Mars squares the retrograde Pluto also, and it does so in the area of your life that relates to your home and living environment. And here it's necessary for you to purge and detoxify any outdated oppressive energies regarding your home, your place of living, your family, matters related to father, how you feel secure, matters related to the land that you live on. There's that sense that the authority regarding the land that you live on is getting to a point where there's a sense of explosive, dramatic expression of liberation and feeling empowered where you once felt disempowered. We have from the 5th to the 19th of July, Mercury going into the sign of Cancer. This allows great communications regarding your career and how you want to nurture this and create a sense of making homes and giving people the sense of security and stability. On the 16th of July is an exceptionally good day to be discussing these things, all matters related to how your work and what you profess to do out in the world allows for the sense of the stability and safety and nurturing. We have a full moon on the 13th of July at 8:30 in the evening in the sign of Capricorn. Now, full moon is always a time when we celebrate the completion of a 6-month cycle, which would have started at the last Capricorn new moon on the 18th of January. And here you finally get to harvest the benefits of that new beginning. You're ready to pick the ripe fruit that you sowed in regards to what makes you feel like home and safe and secure, and what relates to your roots and your ancestry and your unconsciousness. So the full moon is conjunct Pluto, and it's highlighting this urgent transformation of oppressive circumstances around your home and house and family. Mercury is conjunct the sun, and this allows a great deal of expression and communication around all the Cancer subjects that relate to your career, caring, nurturing, bonding. So the sun and moon are both sextile and trine retrograde Neptune, which is where you are feeling visions and dreams and the sense of trusting and connecting to mystery in your day-to-day routines of how you are of service to others and they to you. And then there's also Uranus, which is bringing in this liberating, new, exciting sense of how you can receive resources from others, emotionally, physically, financially, spiritually. And while the ruler of the full moon, which is Saturn, is asking you to restructure and restabilize how you give love of yourself, how you express yourself, how you enjoy bliss and fun and holidays and sports and all the things that bring you joy, romance included. There's a partile trine from Venus in Gemini, which is allowing you through your sense of philosophies and belief systems or any tertiary education, any spirituality, any matters related to philosophies or higher education, is allowing for cooperation in a very light-hearted, insightful, witty and rational and loving way to assist you in restructuring all the fun in your life. So the full moon always indicates a climax. Matters come to a head as the energies between the sun and the moon, 180 degrees opposing each other in the sky, make you feel like it's make or break time. So the concept is that the moon and the sun desire opposites. The sun, which is your career and your reputation out in the world, is at odds with your moon, which is everything to do with how you feel safe and secure at home in your house, when you can connect to your roots, your ancestry, and your unconscious. So the sun, which is your ego self and your personality, the center of your individuality, your sense of vitality and purpose, your masculine yang father who wants to radiate conscious light and shine their light out into the world through career and profession and actions into the world. And your moon, which relates to your emotional needs for the inner yin life, the feminine, the mother, your styles of caring, your irrational instinctual responses, your ability to receive and respond, be feminine, experience intimacy and comforts around the family, which is very much what is home to you, need to and want to find balance on this day. So your unconscious habits of home and family and security, and your conscious wanting to be out and have a career and work are at war. And until you learn to balance these in your life, you will tend to bring relationships into your life that mirror the things you desire or need on the full moon. So it may seem impossible to decide on the full moon as to feeling torn between the two experiences. And relationships, therefore, are essential, and you must be fully conscious of how your words and actions affect others. In looking for the right relationship, you need to proceed through the clarity of the light in relationships to your actions out into the world and your career and the consciousness around this. Don't get caught up in the emotional bond of sheer desire of wanting to be at home and spend time at home and fix things at home and connect with your family. The full moon is the high point, and it's the culmination of the lunar cycle's peak, with truths being revealed and illuminated on the day. And what exactly is becoming illuminated for you, dear Librans, on this day? Everything related to home and family and safety and security and the unconscious is being energized and increased for you. You can ask yourself, what do I want to have grow at this time in my life? Is it peace and harmony? Then meditate on this. Don't confront a different or difficult situation during the full moon. Please wait for a day or two after it has passed to tackle these. Disappointments may exist if the results of the new intentions on the new moon of January 2022 did not work out as planned by now. It would then be important to forgive yourself. Forgiveness is important, and prepare to collaborate and move forward. Trust and know that the events around the full moon are in harmony and closer to your inner truth, your personal growth and evolution. In the big picture, maturity energy prevails at the cycle's peak. As a result, there is a heightened sense of clarity. The keywords are results, forgiveness, gratitude, illumination, mirroring, relationships, culmination, projection, completion, confidence, peace, and stillness. Dear Libras, I'll leave you with those keywords and wish you a beautiful season. Take care. Bye for now. Thanks for joining. Dear Scorpios, welcome. Thank you for joining me on this Cancer season forecast. Cancer season for you has everything to do with foreign travel, foreigners, overseas matters, philosophies, religions, higher tertiary education, spirituality, advertising, publishing, anything to do with belief systems and expanding your worldview. This is occurring from 21st of June to 22 of July. On the 27th of June, Neptune is going retrograde in an area of your life that relates to romance, how you give love of yourself, how you experience joy and bliss and fun, holidays, sports, all the fun and good stuff. And while Neptune is retrograde in this area, it gives you an opportunity to reflect and review how it is that you can connect to portals that take you to a place beyond time and space. Your visions and your dreams, your sense of boundarylessness, your connection to the oneness and to source. The purpose of illusion and disillusion and dissolving is highlighted. Neptune relates to isness, to mystery, trust, and the collective consciousness. On the higher octave, it may express as photography, dancing, art, and music, anything that is creative expression for you, anything that infuses greater spirituality in your life, your daily oneness to the divine. This can include being a lover and expressing yourself as a lover. On the lower octave, you may be feeling lost at sea, confused, deceived. Addictions, if you have any, to chemicals, drugs, alcohol, and escapism may rear their heads, as can viruses and diseases. Now, on the 23rd of June to the 18th of July, Venus is moving into the sign of Gemini, and this is relating to an area that allows you to receive resources from others, financial, emotional, spiritual, and physical. So this could be related to taxes, inheritances, a bond, anything that you receive from somebody else. And here with Mercury also in the sign of Gemini, there's a sense of rational wittiness, insightfulness, and good communications regarding these matters. On the 5th of July, Mars is moving into the sign of Taurus, its detriment. And up until this point, Mars in Aries, where it was strong, was infusing a lot of power and dynamism and ambition and assertion into your day-to-day routine and how you are of service to others and matters related to your diseases. Now Mars is moving into an area of your life that relates to business partnerships, marriage partnerships, best friends, and live-in lovers. And with Mars wanting to rush in and being impetuous and enjoying passionate vitality, when it's in the sign of Taurus, which likes things to be slower and unmoving and maintaining rather, Mars may feel very frustrated and pushy, even bullish, stubborn, or passive aggressive. So it could be that during this time from the 5th of July onwards, you may have partnerships in your life where people feel or come across as aggressive, destructive, ruthless, and bombastic, and as mentioned, pushy or bullish or stubborn. We have on the 29th of June, the new moon in the sign of Cancer. And a new moon is always a time for us to rest and pause as we require to connect with our imagination, intuition, and visions for the next lunation cycle beginnings. We use the new moon phase to reflect upon the last lunation cycle, recharge, rest, let our angels catch up with us, connect with our dreams of how we will initiate the actions and decisions for the next moon cycle, which bring new developments, new growth potential, and fresh energies. So Jupiter and Mars in the sign of Aries relate very much to your day-to-day routine and how you're of service to others during this new moon. And this squares off an area in your life that relates to your philosophies and religion and your spirituality, matters related to foreigners and overseas, and also legal matters, thereby infusing this expansive, bold, ambitious energy into the mix of this reflective, inward-bound power of the new moon cycle that wants to protect all that you love, physically, emotionally, through security, especially matters related to foreign or overseas, or your belief systems, your religions. Venus at 7 degrees of Gemini is in an area that relates to how you receive resources from others, and it's making a sextile to Jupiter, infusing a sense of playful love and curious romance from this area of how you can receive love from others into the mix. Mars in Aries, in this area of your life that is about how you are of service to others, infuses a lot of ambition, assertiveness, power, and dynamism. And the retrograde dignified Saturn in Aquarius is wanting you to reflect on all structures and stability related to home, family, the place of living, your roots, your origin, your ancestry, the actual house you live in, the land, your garden. And there's a sense that you want more structure and discipline and stability in your home environment, and even relationships with father. So Mars squares this retrograde Pluto, and it assists you with the necessary purging and detoxing of outdated, oppressive energies regarding your thoughts, regarding communications, regarding any courses that you're teaching or are learning about, regarding matters related to siblings, or also your immediate neighborhood or short distance travel. Mars in Aries is rather impulsive and courageous, and with so there might be this strong assertive energy that comes from how you live your day-to-day routine, or who it is that you employ, that may lead to the sense of explosive, dramatic expression of communications, how you're thinking, your immediate environment. Is the sense that you no longer want to feel oppressed, and you will stand your ground in terms of your health and your day-to-day routine in regards to any kind of communications that come your way that make you feel like you may feel oppressed. You will stand up for yourself and not let this occur. We have on from 5 to 19th of July, we have Mercury going into this area of your life. So there might be a lot of communications with foreigners around spirituality, about how you feel at home and care for such interests such as philosophies. On the 16th of July, Mercury's Cazimi. This is an excellent time to be studying or teaching or connecting with foreigners and belief systems. And we have a full moon occurring on the 13th of July at 8:30 in the evening in the sign of Capricorn. And the full moon is always a time when we are completing a 6-month cycle, which started on the last Capricorn moon in January 2022. And this is now time for you to harvest the benefits of the new beginnings, that you are ready to pick the ripe fruits that you sowed regarding how you think, communicate, talk, any matters related to siblings, your immediate environment and neighborhood, and also business partners, all paperwork, anything to do with thinking and communicating. There's a sense of reaping a reward. So the full moon is conjunct Pluto, and it's highlighting the urgent transformation of oppressive circumstances around how you think, the neighborhood that you live in, matters related to siblings or co-workers. Mercury is conjunct your sun, which allows you a good deal of expression and communication around your belief systems and your philosophies and matters related to foreigners and tertiary education. The sun and moon are both sextile and trine Neptune, which relates to your dreams and visions in terms of how you want to have fun and how you express yourself and how you give love of yourself. And this is very much in connection with exciting, new and liberating relationships that you have, business partners or personal marriage partners or live-in lovers or best friends. The ruler of the moon, retrograde Saturn, is asking you to restructure and restabilize all matters related to home, life and family and the property that you're living on. This is highlighted on the full moon. There's a partile trine from Venus, allowing cooperation, lightheartedness, insights, witty and rational and loving communication in regards of resources from others. So the full moon always indicates a climax. Matters come to a head as the energies between the sun and the moon, 180 degrees opposing each other in the sky, make you feel like it's make or break time. The concept is that the moon and the sun desire opposites. The sun wants you to be overseas or connect with philosophies and religions and have belief systems, while your moon has a need to regurgitate old ways of thinking, thinking of certain environments and neighborhood or sibling relationships that you have. And the sun, which really wants your ego, self, and personality in the center of your individuality, your sense of vitality and purpose, your masculine yang father, and who you want to radiate conscious light and shine your light out into the world to, is through philosophies, through wisdom, through being a guru, through counseling, through wise expansion. While the moon, which relates to your emotional needs and your inner, your yin life, the feminine, the mother, your styles of caring, your irrational instinctual responses, your ability to receive and respond to intimacy and comforts in the family, really want you to think of the more mundane, day-to-day routine things in your neighborhood, in your environment, maybe paperwork that you need to deal with. So this unconscious habit of wanting to do paperwork and having a certain way of thinking, and your conscious house, which wants you to be more philosophical and expansive in your thinking, wants you to travel and have wise thoughts, are at war. So until you learn to balance these in your life, you tend to bring relationships into your life that mirror the things that you desire or need on the full moon. It may seem impossible to decide on the full moon as you're torn between these two ways of thinking. Relationships are essential, and you must be fully conscious of how your words and actions affect others. However, in looking for the right relationship, you need to proceed through the clarity of the light, through the wisdom and insights that your belief systems have, and the consciousness of that. And don't get caught up in the emotional bond of sheer desire and thinking and communicating in matters that are just a bad habit of self-speaking to yourself, possibly in a way that is not loving or compassionate enough. The full moon is the high point culminating at the lunar peak cycle, with truths revealed and illuminated on the day. And what exactly is becoming illuminated for you, dear Scorpio? It's everything around paperwork, your thoughts, writing, thinking, your neighbors, your early childhood memories, your neighborhood that you're living in, your actual neighbors. Here the energy is increased and energized. And what do you want to have grow at this time? If it's peace and harmony, then meditate on this. Don't confront a different or difficult situation during the full moon. Please wait for a day or two after, as it has passed, for you to tackle this. Disappointments may exist if the results of the new intention of the new moon in January 2022 did not work out as planned in terms of your wisdom and your insights and your spirituality and your belief systems or matters related to foreign and overseas. If this hasn't worked out as you want to, forgive yourself. Forgiveness is important, and then prepare to collaborate and move forward. Trust and know that the events around the full moon are in harmony and closer to your inner truth, personal growth, and evolution. In the big picture, maturity energy prevails at the cycle's peak. As a result, there's a heightened sense of clarity. Keywords are, and I'll be leaving you with for this full moon, dear Scorpios, are results, forgiveness, gratitude, illumination, mirroring, relationships, culmination, projection, completion, confidence, peace, and stillness. Dear Scorpios, thank you for joining me today. I wish you a beautiful Cancer season. Take care and be blessed. Bye for now. Hey, dear Sagittarius, thank you for joining me today on this Cancer season forecast. The Cancer season beginning 21 June to 22 July is highlighting for you the area of your life where you receive resources from others, physical, emotional, spiritual, and financial. This is also an area that relates to inheritance, taxes, receiving bonds, feeling what your self-worth is worth in terms of what you receive from others, marriage partner, business partners, finances coming towards you. We have on the 27th of June, Neptune traveling retrograde in an area of your life that relates to your place of living, your home, your roots, your ancestry, your genetics, matters and relationships related to your father and your unconscious. And here the retrograde Neptune offers you the gift to reflect and review and reconnect to matters related to the sense of how you feel like you're entering a portal to a place beyond time and space. How it is that in terms of your home and family life, you have this vision and dream, the sense of boundarylessness, your connection to the oneness, to the source. Neptune's purpose is of illusions, disillusion, and dissolving. Neptune relates to isness, mystery, trust, and the collective consciousness. On a higher octave, it may express as photography, art, and music, dance, anything that infuses greater spirituality into your life, into your home life, your daily oneness to the divine. On the lower octave, you may feel a little lost at sea or confused, even deceived. Addictions such as chemicals, drugs, alcohol, or escapism may visit, and viruses and diseases may rear their heads. On the 23rd of June, we have Venus moving into the sign of Gemini up until the 18th of July. And with Mercury in the sign of Gemini already since the 21st of June until the 5th of July, there's a sense that your marriage partner, business partner, live-in lovers, any close friends to you will bring in a sense of rational, witty, insightful, communicative energy. On the 5th of July, Mars moves from this area of your life that relates to having fun, experiencing your joy, being a lover, doing all creative things, feeling like you're on holiday, matters related to children and all the creative fun stuff, is now moving on the 5th of July into the area of your life that relates to your day-to-day routine, your health or disease, and matters related to any pets that you have or any subordinates or staff that you employ. Now, when Mars goes into the sign of Taurus, it's not particularly happy because Mars is impetuous, it wants to move fast, it has passion and vitality, while Taurus is really the slow bull enjoying its chewing of grass out on a field, and it wants to maintain things, it doesn't want to really change things, it's often come across as stubborn. So when you put these two energies together, Mars can become rather frustrated and pushy, even bullish, stubborn, or passively aggressive. Energies such as aggression, destruction, ruthlessness, and bombastic behavior may fill your day-to-day routine, or this is how you may feel like you are of service to others from the 5th of July onwards. We have a new moon on the 29th of June at 7 degrees of Cancer. And the new moon is always a time for us to set intentions. The new moon relates to new beginnings, also to the pause and rest we require to connect with our imagination, intuition, and visions for the next lunation cycle. We use the new moon phase to reflect upon the last lunation cycle, recharge, stop so that our angels can catch up with us, and connect with our dreams of how we will initiate the actions and decisions for the next new moon cycle, which brings new developments, new growth potential, and fresh energies. So Jupiter and in the sign of Aries and Mars in the sign of Aries at the new moon are in this area that relates to you having fun and experiencing bliss. And it squares off this sense of receiving resources from others, and thereby infuses the expansive, bold, ambitious energies into this mix of this reflective, inward-bound powers of the new moon cycle that really wants you to protect all that you love, the physical, emotional, and the security that you feel through receiving resources, financial, emotional, physical, and spiritual from others. This is a time for transformation. Venus is at 7 degrees of Gemini, and it is in an area that relates to your relationships. There's a sense that you may have lots of female friends that you're connecting with. There's a sense that love is activated in your life again. And this infuses a sense of playful love and curious romance from the house of relationships in your life at the time of this new moon, 29th of June. Mars uses his ambitious, assertive powers of dynamism in regards to standing up for what is fun and joy and bliss for you. As he sextiles the retro dignified Saturn, which very much relates to your environment, your neighborhood, matters related to your siblings, how you communicate, what it is that you teach. And here you seek structure and stability and discipline around how you communicate and matters related to your environment, your neighbors, your siblings. Now, Mars also is squaring off Pluto in Capricorn on the new moon. And this is assisting you with this necessary purging and detoxing of outdated oppressive energies regarding your self-worth, your finances, your possessions, your self-esteem, and your confidence. Mars in Aries is impulsive and courageous and strongly assertive, and it wants you to have a good time and have fun and express yourself. And when it's squaring off the Pluto authority in the house of your self-esteem, your value systems, it can lead to quite an explosive, dramatic expression whereby there's a cathartic regeneration. You may feel like the phoenix arising from the ashes in regards to your finances, your self-worth, your money, your possessions, your self-esteem. On the 16th of July, Mercury is Cazimi. Even from the 15th to the 19th of July, sorry, the 5th to the 19th of July, Mercury enters this house that relates to you receiving resources from others. So dealing with finances that you receive from others is really a good time during this time, especially on the Mercury Cazimi day on the 16th of July. Now, the full moon is occurring on the 13th of July at 8:30 in the evening in the sign of Capricorn. And a full moon is always when we celebrate the completion of a 6-month cycle, and for you this started in January the 18th, 2022. And here is a time now for you to harvest the benefits of the new beginnings that you sowed then, which are now ready to pick the ripe fruits of. And they are very much related to your self-esteem, your finances, your money, your possessions, your value systems. So this full moon, which is conjunct Pluto, is highlighting this urgent transformation of letting go of any oppressive circumstances from the past in regards to your value system, your finances, your money, your self-esteem. And Mercury is conjunct the Sun in an area of your life that relates to receiving resources from others. And here it will be easy for you to express and communicate what it is that you would like to receive from others. The Sun and the Moon are both sextile and trine retrograde Neptune at this full moon, and this very much relates again to the dreams and visions and the sense of connecting to all and the divine in terms of your living and your home and the land, your roots, your origin, your ancestry. Now, Uranus is liberating you in this area of your life related to your day-to-day routine and how you're of service to others. And the full moon ruler, which is retrograde Saturn, is asking you to restructure and restabilize matters related to your neighborhood, your siblings, your neighbors, how you teach, how you think, how you talk, how you write. The partile trine from Venus allows great cooperation in a very light-hearted, insightful, witty, and rational and loving, communicative way from your partner, be this a marriage partner or a business partner or best friend or a live-in lover. So the full moon always indicates a climax. Matters come to a head as the energies between the Sun and the Moon, 180 degrees opposing each other in the sky, feel like it's make or break time. The concept is that the Moon and the Sun desire opposites. The Sun wants you to focus on the resources you receive from others and your value around that. And this is very much at odds with your moon, which wants to look after your own resources. So the Sun, which is your ego self, your personality, the center of your individuality, your sense of vitality and purpose, your masculine yang father nature, and how it is that you want to radiate conscious light and shine your light out into the world in regards to resources you receive from others, physical, emotional, financial, spiritual. And the moon, which relates to your emotional needs, your inner yin life, the feminine, your mother, your styles of caring, your irrational instinctual responses, your ability to receive and respond to intimacy, to comforts and the family, are tied in with your value systems and your own personal finances and how they make you feel safe and secure. And this needs a balance on the day of the full moon. So your unconscious habits, which means your concerns about your value systems, about your finances, your money, your self-esteem, and your confidence, and your consciousness, which is very much related to receiving resources from others, are at war on the day. And until we learn to balance these in our lives, we tend to bring relationships into your life that mirror the things that you desire or need on the full moon. So it may seem impossible to decide on the full moon as to where you will tear yourself between the two experiences, your finances, other people's resources. Relationships are therefore essential, and you must be fully conscious of how your words and actions affect others, especially on the full moon. In looking for the right relationship, you need to proceed through the clarity of light, which will connect you to the resources that you receive from others. This gives you consciousness, and don't get caught up in the emotional bond or sheer desire of worrying or just concerning yourself with only your finances. So the full moon is a high point. It culminates the lunar cycle's peak, and truths are revealed and illuminated on this day. What exactly is becoming illuminated for you on the 13th of July? It's everything to do with your finances, your value system, your possessions. There's energy seems to be increased. And you will ask yourself, what do you want to have grow more of at this time? If it's peace and harmony, then meditate on this. And don't confront a different or difficult situation during the full moon. Please wait for a day or two after it has passed to tackle this. Disappointments may exist if the results of the new intention of the new moon in Capricorn in January 2022 regarding resources that you receive from others did not work out as planned. If this is the case, forgive yourself. This is important, and prepare to collaborate and move forward. Trust and know that the events around the full moon are in harmony and closer to your inner truth, personal growth, and evolution. In the big picture, maturity energy prevails at the cycle's peak. As a result, there's a heightened sense of clarity. And I will leave you with these keywords, dear Sagittarius, for the full moon. Results: forgiveness, gratitude, illumination, mirroring, relationships, culmination, projection, completion, confidence, peace, and stillness. Dear Sagittarians, thank you for joining me on this forecast. I wish you a beautiful season. Take care. Bye for now. Hey, dear Capricorns, thank you for joining me on this Cancer season forecast. On the 21st of June, on the solstice, up until the 22nd of July, the sun in Cancer is highlighting all matters related to relationships for you: marriage partners, business partners, live-in lovers, best friends. We have on the 27th of June, Neptune going retrograde in an area of your life that very much relates to how you communicate, talk, think, matters related to your siblings, your neighbors, your immediate environment, anything to do with teaching and paperwork. And here there's a sense that the retrograde Neptune wants you to reflect and review and reconnect to matters that relate to a portal or to a place beyond time and space that you may find yourself in, a sense of your visions and dreams, your sense of boundarylessness in your thinking, your connection to oneness and to the source. The purpose of illusion and disillusion and dissolving pops up. Neptune relates to isness, to mystery, to trust in the collective consciousness. On the higher octave, it may express as photography, art, music, and dance, anything that infuses greater spirituality into your life. This daily oneness to the divine will be reactivated for you. On the lower octave, you may feel a little lost at sea in your thoughts, confused about your environment, your neighborhood, your siblings, your early environment, your schooling or education. There may be a sense of feeling deceived, or even addictions to chemicals, drugs, alcohol, or escapism may rear their head, as may viruses and diseases. On the 29th of June, we have a new moon at 7 degrees of Cancer. And a new moon is always a time that blesses us with a time to set intentions. The new moon relates to new beginnings, also to the pause and the rest that we require to connect with our imagination, intuition, and visions for the next lunation cycle. We use the new moon phase to reflect upon the last lunation cycle. It's a time to recharge, to stop so that the angels may catch up with you, and to connect with your dreams of how you will initiate the actions and decisions for the next moon cycle, which brings new developments, new growth potential, and fresh energies. So Jupiter and Aries are in the area of your life that relates to home and family life, to your place of living, your garden, the roof over your head, your roots, your ancestry, your father. And this is squaring off an energy in your life that relates to being expansive and bold in your ambitions in terms of having fun and expressing yourself and finding your joy. So there's a mix of reflective inward bound powers of the new moon cycle that wants you to protect all that you love, physically, emotionally, and through security in regards to your close relationships, marriage partners, business partners, live-in lovers. Now, Venus at 7 degrees of Gemini is infusing through its partile sextile to Jupiter a sense of playful love and curiosity and romance into your home and place of living environment. It's connecting with your unconscious and your ancestry and your roots. Mars uses the ambitious assertiveness during this new moon on the 29th of June to be powerful and dynamic in all matters related to your home and family. And it is sextiling the retrograde dignified Saturn in Aquarius, which very much relates to your finances, your self-esteem, your possessions, your money, your sense of self-worth. And here there's a need to reflect on structuring and stabilizing and disciplining all matters related to your value systems and your finances. Now, Mars will also assist with the necessary purging and detoxing of outdated oppressive energies that may cause bad health for you, that may inhibit your vitality, that may hold you back in terms of shining out as a Capricorn in your personality. And Mars on this day, which can very much relate to matters around your home and family life, perhaps through a family member, perhaps through a father figure, there's a sense that there's an impulsive, courageous, strong, assertive nature that will assist you through this foundation of home and family to, in quite explosive and dramatic expression, help you to cathartically transform your physical body, your persona, and how it is that you shine out into the world and create good health for yourself. We have on the 23rd of June to the 18th of July, Venus entering the sign of Gemini. And here Mercury is also still in the sign of Gemini. And for you, dear Capricorns, this allows for rational, witty, insightful, and communicative situations regarding how you are of service to others. And this can also very much relate to any staff that you may be employing, or matters related to any diseases that you have, or relationship with any pets or small animals. There's a sense of forward movement and forward momentum and movement, and also a sense of love infused into this, with the Venus being in this area of your life. On the 5th of July, Mars is leaving Aries, which is where it was doing a lot of dynamic work around your home and working through your unconscious in a very powerful, dynamic, ambitious, and assertive way. And it is now moving into the area of your life that relates to having fun, expressing joy, going on holidays, being a lover, giving love of yourself. And it will struggle there for a little while because Mars wants to move forward and is vital and passionate, and Taurus is quite slow in its way and very stubborn and likes to keep things as they are. So when Mars moves into the sign of Taurus, there's a sense of pushiness, frustration, bullishness, stubbornness, or passive aggression, even destructive ruthlessness and bombastic behavior. So for you, dear Capricorns, from the 5th of July onwards, just be aware of this when it comes to having fun, that things may just seem a little frustrated and pushy when it comes to you expressing yourself or wanting to create something like a project, anything that's creative. They'll kind of hit a bit of a wall there. Now, on the 13th of July, we have the full moon in the sign of Capricorn at 8:30 8 in the evening. And the full moon is always a completion of a 6-month cycle, which started at the last Capricorn new moon on the 18th of January. Finally, you can harvest the benefits of that new beginning and are ready to pick the ripe fruits that you sowed regarding your physical health, your personality, how it is that you shine out into the world, what you look like, your physical appearance. So the full moon is conjunct Pluto, and it is highlighting the urgent transformation of any oppressive circumstances that you may still be holding on in regards to your health and your vitality. They are oppressive, and it's now time for you to purge and release them, create an ending, detoxify so that you can live towards your highest truth. Mercury is conjunct the sun on this day, and this allows for a great deal of expression and communication regarding the relationships that you're in. Business partners, marriage partners will be able to express and acknowledge the big changes that you've gone through that allows you to empower yourself. The sun and moon are both sextile and trine retrograde Neptune on the full moon, and this relates very much to your dreams and visions and the sense of trusting and connecting to oneness and the divine in relation to the environment that you live in, how you communicate, what it is you're teaching, relationships that you may have with siblings or neighbors. And Uranus brings in a lot of exciting, liberating energy on this full moon that will allow you to experience something fun and new in terms of how you express yourself and where your joy resides. The ruler of the full moon, which is retrograde Saturn, will be asking you on the full moon to restabilize, discipline, and review your finances and your value system. And there's a partile trine with Venus in Gemini, which allows for cooperation in a very light-hearted, insightful, witty, and rational and loving, communicative way in matters related to how you are of service to others, in any matters related to subordinates or staff that you employ, or any diseases that you may have, or issues around any pets that you may keep. So the full moon always indicates a climax. Matters come to a head as the energies between the sun and the moon that are 180 degrees opposing each other in the sky make you feel like it's make or break time. So the concept is that the moon and the sun desire opposites. So the sun, which is the relationship in your life that you're having, is at odds with the moon, your needs. So the sun, which is the ego self, your personality that you mirror in your relationship, the sense that you mirror the center of your individuality through a relationship, your sense of vitality and purpose through and in a relationship, the sense of masculine yang father figure who is radiant and conscious light and shining their light into the world through a relationship. This is you expressing yourself through the relationship. And then the moon, which relates to your emotional needs and your inner yin life, the feminine, the mother, your styles of caring for yourself, your irrational instinctual responses, your ability to receive and respond to intimacy, to comforts, and the sense of how you feel you are a family to yourself through your health and your vitality, your personality and your appearance, need to find balance within the chart. So this unconscious habit of wanting to be alone and nurture yourself and look after your health, and your conscious need to be in a relationship are at war with each other on this day. And until you learn to balance these in your life, you tend to bring relationships into your life that mirror the things you desire or need on the full moon. So it may seem impossible to decide on the full moon as you tear yourself between your needs and that of a partnership. And it's important to realize that relationships are essential and that you must be fully conscious of how your words and actions affect others. In looking for the right relationship, you need to proceed through the clarity of light of your partner and their consciousness, and not get caught up in the emotional bond of sheer desire of what you want for yourself. So the full moon is the high point culminating at the lunar cycle's peak, with truths revealed and illuminated. And what exactly is becoming illuminated for you, dear Capricorns? Everything seems energized and increased in regarding to your physical health, your body, your persona, what you look like. And you can ask yourself, what do I want to have grow more of at this time? Is it peace and harmony regards my vitality and my health and my personality? Then if yes, meditate on this. Don't confront a different or difficult situation with your partner during the full moon. Realize this is about your love for yourself. Please wait for a day or two after it has passed to tackle any issues with a partner, as you may realize they are simply a projection of yourself. Disappointments may exist if the results of the new moon intention from January 2022 did not work out as you had planned they would in terms of the relationship that you're in. Forgive yourself if you're not in the relationship you'd like to be in. It is important to forgive yourself and prepare to collaborate and move forward. Trust and know that the events around the full moon are in harmony and closer to your inner truth, personal growth, and evolution. In the big picture, maturity energy prevails at the cycle's peak. As a result, there's a heightened sense of clarity on the full moon. The keywords that I will leave you with, dear Capricorns, are results, forgiveness, gratitude, illumination, mirroring, relationships, culmination, projection, completion, confidence, peace, and stillness. Take care. Thank you for joining me today. Be blessed. Bye for now. Dear Aquarius, thank you for joining me on this Cancer season forecast, which begins on the 21st of June as the sun enters the sign of Cancer, and it continues through until the 22nd of July. And for you, this is a time to highlight looking at how you are of service to the world, how and who it is that you have employed as subordinates or as staff, any matters related to any diseases that you may experience, or if you have any pets, your relationship with them. So we start off on the 27th of June with Neptune going retrograde. And this is occurring in an area of your life that relates to your value systems, to your finances, your possessions, and your self-esteem, as well as your confidence. Now, with Neptune going retrograde here, there's this review time and time for reflecting on how you can reconnect to matters related to a portal that takes you to a place beyond time and space, a place where you have visions and dreams, and there's a sense of boundarylessness that exists, your connection to oneness and to the source. The purpose of illusion, disillusion, and dissolving is the subject. Neptune relates to isness, and it is about mystery, and it is about trust and the collective consciousness. On the higher octave, it may express as photography, art, music, and dance. Perhaps this is a value system that you enjoy, or anything that will infuse greater spirituality into your life. Your daily oneness to the divine needs connecting through your value systems and your self-esteem and your finances. On the lower octave, you may feel a little lost at sea, confused, or deceived. Addictions like to chemicals, drugs, alcohol, escapism through food, or even viruses and diseases may rear their head. On the 29th of June, there is a new moon at 7 degrees of Cancer. And the new moon always blesses us with the time to set intentions. The new moon relates to new beginnings, also to the pause and the rest you require to connect with your imagination, intuition, and visions for the next lunation cycle. Use the new moon phase to reflect upon the last lunation cycle, recharge, stop so that your angels can catch up with you, and connect with your dreams of how you will initiate the actions and decisions for the next new moon cycle, which bring new developments and new growth potential and fresh energies. Jupiter and Aries are related to your paperwork, to your communications, to your neighbors, your siblings, your immediate environment. And this is squaring off the moon in an area that relates to your day-to-day routine and how you are of service to others. Infusing this expansive, bold, ambitious energy into the mix of this reflective inward bound power of the new moon cycle that wants you to protect everything that you love, physically, emotionally, through the security, to protect your day-to-day routine, to protect yourself from any staff that you may employ. There's a sense that this is most important for you to stabilize these day-to-day routines and how you are of service to others. Now, Venus sextiles partile at 7 degrees of Gemini, Jupiter, which is also at 7 degrees. And we're looking here to infuse a sense of joy into your life, a sense of playful love and curious romance through your personality. There's a sense that you can attract this in your life. Mars, which very much relates to how you think and talk and paperwork and your neighbors and your siblings, is very ambitious, assertive and powerful and dynamic. And it retrogrades the dignified Saturn, which is in Aquarius and is very much related to your physical health, your vitality, your mental health, your persona, your physical appearance. There's a sense that communicating or talking about this or writing about it or thinking about yourself in terms of I am healthy, I am well, is very much on the cards for this time. And there's a sense that you want to reflect on the structures and the stability and the discipline around your health at this time. Now, Mars also squares off Pluto in Capricorn on the day. And this is very much related to purging and detoxing of outdated oppressive energies that are closing off as a cycle. This is about loss and letting go of that which was self-destructive or harming to yourself. This is a time whereby you may realize that being alone and spending time on your own and renouncing the world and rather connecting to God and angels and the universe and your imagination and intuition is incredibly powerful for you, so that you can let go of any oppressive energies and liberate yourself and feel empowered. So this could be a day that you feel quite explosive or dramatic, or there's a sense of cathartic transformation regarding connecting to your spirituality and realizing how this will assist your persona and also matters related to how you're thinking about life in general. We have occurring on the 23rd of June to the 18th of July, Venus joining Mercury in the sign of Gemini. And this very much relates to how you express love of yourself, how you communicate your joy and your bliss and your fun, how you organize creative projects, how you express love and give love of yourself, how you plan holidays or matters related to sport. So with Venus joining in here, there's a sense that you may spend more time with female friends, or perhaps you're doing something a little bit more creative, maybe dancing, maybe singing, anything that's fun for you and allows you to be creative. And this will be a very sort of rational, witty, insightful, communicative time to express yourself in a fun way. On the 5th of July, Mars goes into the sign of Taurus, and Mars has been in Aries, where he is powerful, dynamic, ambitious and assertive, and this is very much related to the paperwork and matters related to siblings, neighbors, thinking, writing that has been assisting you. However, on the 5th of July, when Mars goes into the sign of Taurus, he feels a bit frustrated here because Mars wants to rush ahead and move forward, and Taurus wants to go really slow and not change. So there's a sense that all matters related to home and family, so this could be your roots, your ancestry, your unconscious, the land of living, your garden, the roof over your head, this idea of family and father, may experience frustrated, sort of pushy, bullish, stubborn or passive aggressive energies. Be mindful that you don't really want aggressive, destructive, ruthless or bombastic situations to happen around home and family. So possibly be cautious if you're renovating then, or, depends on family matters and issues happening. There may be these challenges from the 5th of July onwards. And then on the 13th of July, we have the full moon at 8:30 in the sign of Capricorn. And the full moon is always a time of celebrating the completion of a 6-month cycle, which started in January on the 18th, 2022. And now is the time for you to harvest the benefits of that new beginning in January and pick the right fruits that you sowed regarding the ending of cycles, letting go, the sense of loss, the sense of feeling isolated and wanting to be alone so that you can connect with your imagination and your intuition and recharge your batteries. This is the ripe fruit that you will be picking and feeling like it's been sowed your way. A deep connection to spirit and the angels. This is what your rewards are from the intentions sowed in January 2022. So this full moon is also conjunct Pluto. And what it is, it's a highlighting the urgent transformation of any oppressive circumstances that you may feel regarding feeling isolated or a specific cycle ending. There's a sense that feeling oppressed will not allow you to serve your highest truth. And there's this cathartic energy that requires you to purge and regenerate and let go through connecting through spirit and letting go that of the cycle that no longer serves you. Now, Mercury is conjunct the sun at the time, and it really allows a good deal of communications and expressions regarding how you are of service to others and matters related to your day-to-day routine, to any diseases that you have, or if you have any animals or pets, or even staff or subordinates working with you. There's a great sense of communications on this day of the full moon. The sun and moon are both sextile and trine, both the Neptune, we're retrograde, which very much relates to your dreams and visions around your self-esteem and your finances. And also to Uranus, which is allowing you the new and exciting, liberating situation regarding your home life, matters related to family and your house and your garden, and relations to father and also your unconscious. The ruler of this full moon is retrograde Saturn, and this is in your sign of Aquarius. And during this full moon, there is a partile trine from Venus coming from an area of your life that relates to joy, giving love, bliss, holidays, sports, expressing yourself, starting a creative project. And the cooperation is very light-hearted, insightful, witty, and rational, and loving in terms of the communications that allow you to restructure your physical body, your health, your vitality to its utmost best. Perhaps you're starting a new sport routine, or you're dancing, or there's something creative that you're doing which is really good for your personality, vitality, and health. Maybe you're going on holiday. So the full moons indicate a climax. Matters come to a head as the energies between the sun and the moon are 180 degrees opposing each other in the sky, and it feels like it's make or break time. The concept is that the moon and the sun desire opposites. The sun is desiring day-to-day routine and wanting to be of service to others, while your moon really wants you to hide away from everything, rest, wants you to connect to spirit and God in a very isolated way. So the sun, which is your eager self and your personality, the center of your individuality, your sense of vitality and purpose, your masculine and yang father nature, and how you radiate your conscious light being and shine your light out into the world, wants you to be of service to others and help others and focus on any diseases that you have or deal with staff or subordinates. But your moon, which relates to your inner emotional need and your inner yin life, the feminine mother, your styles of caring, your irrational instinctual responses, your ability to receive and respond to intimacy and comforts and family life, really want you to withdraw and step back and spend some time resting and recovering. So this unconscious habit of wanting to retreat and rest, and your conscious habit of wanting to be of service to others is at war. And until you learn to balance these in your life, you tend to bring relationships into your life that mirror these things that you desire and need on the full moon. It may seem impossible for you to decide on the full moon as you are torn between these two energies. And therefore, relationships are essential because we must be fully conscious of how our words and actions affect others. In looking for the right relationship, one or you need to proceed through the clarity of the light that is given to you through your service out into the world, your day-to-day routine matters related to your health and repairing of any diseases, or if you have any animals or pets, that will guide you consciously. And don't get caught up in the emotional bond of your sheer desire to want to completely escape and retreat and live connected to Spirit and God as you let go of the energies of that which doesn't serve you anymore. So the full moon is a high point and it culminates the lunar cycle's peak, and truths are revealed and illuminated. And what exactly is becoming illuminated for you, dear Aquarians, is that all the energy is increased and prevalent in this area of life that wants you to retreat, isolate, end off cycles, accept the loss, be grateful to that which you have lost, connect to your angels, to the Spirit, to understand that you are a spiritual being and not a material being. All the energies are drawing you towards alone time and recharging your batteries. And you can ask yourself what you want to have grow more of at this time. And if it is peace and harmony, then meditate on this. Please don't confront a different or a difficult situation during the full moon, especially regarding possibly subordinates or staff or matters in relation to how you are of service to others. Rather wait for a day or two after it has passed to tackle these. There may be disappointment if the results of your new intentions of the January 2022 new moon did not work out as planned in regards to your day-to-day routine and how you are of service to others. If this is the case, forgive yourself. Forgiveness is important. Prepare to collaborate and move forward. Trust and know that the events around the full moon are in harmony and closer to your inner truth, your personal growth and evolution. In the bigger picture, maturity energy prevails at the cycle's peak. As a result, there is a heightened sense of clarity. The keywords that I will leave you with, dear Aquarians, for the full moon are results, forgiveness, gratitude, illumination, mirroring, relationships, culmination, projection, completion, confidence, peace and stillness. Thank you for joining me today. I wish you a beautiful Cancer season. Take care, be blessed. Bye for now. Dear Pisces, thank you for joining me on this Cancer season forecast. Welcome. So on the 21st of June up until the 22nd of July, as the sun moves into the sign of Cancer, it is highlighting all the fun stuff for you, how you express love, how you're a lover, anything to do with romance. It's about being creative, dealing with children, finding your joy and bliss, going on holiday. It's a real good fun place in your life that is being highlighted. We have on the 27th of June, Neptune going retrograde in your sign. Now, this retrograde Neptune offers you the gift to reflect and review and reconnect to all matters that relate to your physical well-being, your vitality, your mental, emotional, physical health, your appearance, and how it is that you want to shine out into the world. And here you are being given the opportunity to connect to a portal that takes you to a place beyond time and space. There's a sense that your visions and dreams and your sense of boundarylessness or your connection to oneness or to the source are enhanced. The purpose of illusion, disillusion, and dissolving is high. Neptune relates to the isness, to the mystery, to the trust and the collective consciousness that you may feel within yourself. On a higher octave, it may express as photography, art, music, or dance. Anything that you can do that infuses a greater spirituality into your life as a daily oneness to the divine. On the lower octave, you may feel a little lost at sea, confused, deceived, addicted. Perhaps there's a sense of addiction to chemicals, drugs, alcohol, or escapism. Even viruses and diseases may rear their heads. We have on the 23rd of June to the 18th of July, Venus going into the sign of Gemini, joining Mercury there in Gemini. And it very much relates to all matters that relate to your home, the place of living, the roof over your head, the land that you live on, your roots, your ancestry, your father. And there's a sense that there's a lot of rational, witty, insightful, communicative energy and a lot of love and beauty with Venus coming into this area. Perhaps you decorating your home, or you have a lot of girlfriends coming to visit, or you're adding beautiful flowers or art to your home, or to the sense of your unconsciousness and your relationship with your father. There could be a sense of femininity and a lot more love going around. We experience on the 29th of June, the new moon at 7 degrees of Cancer. And a new moon is always a time to set intentions. The new moon relates to the new beginnings, also to the pause and rest that we require to connect with our imagination, our intuition, and our visions for the next lunation cycle. We use the new moon phase to reflect upon the last lunation cycle, recharge, stop so that the angels can catch up with us, and connect with our dreams of how we will initiate the actions and decisions for the next new moon cycle, which brings new developments, new growth potential, and fresh energies into your life. Jupiter in Aries and Mars in Aries infuse the sense of self-worth and management regarding your finances and your self-esteem. And this squares the house that relates to how you communicate, matters related to your immediate environment, your neighbors, your siblings, infusing an expansive, bold, and ambitious energy into this mix of this reflective, inward-bound power of the new moon cycle. And it wants you to protect everything that you love, physically, emotionally, through the security of nurturing and creating a sense of home to all matters related to children, giving love of yourself, having fun, finding your joy and bliss, doing sports, traveling, anything that makes you happy. Now, while Venus is in Gemini, improving matters around your home life, it is also partile Jupiter. And this is infusing a sense of playful love and curious romance regarding your finances, your investments, your possessions, your money, your value systems. Mars at Aries, 25 degrees of Aries, is very ambitious and assertive and very powerful and dynamic regarding your finances and your value systems. And it is sextiling retrograde, dignified Saturn in Aquarius, which is in an area of your life that relates to loss and ends of cycles and understanding that you're a spiritual being, not a material being. This is a place where we self-renounce the world so that we can connect to God and spirituality and angels, but also to have a look at our own shadow sides and the secrets we keep from ourselves and any behavior that may cause to chronic illness or which may be self-destructive to ourselves. And this is now a time for you to reflect on this area of your life so that you can create a bit more stability and discipline around spending time alone and connecting with any chronic illnesses or the secrets or your shadow side. Now, Mars also squares the retrograde Pluto in Capricorn on the day. And here we are looking towards connecting with relationships, friends, groups of people that are like an authority for you in your life or have been, but in equal measures have been oppressive towards you. And there's a sense that Mars, which is relating to your value systems and your finances, has the upper hand, and it almost says it is now time to let go of hopes and dreams or friends or groups of friends in society, or of a love that you receive which is actually oppressive, so that you can empower yourself because your value systems are being supported by Aries, who is powerful, dynamic, ambitious, and assertive, and will aid you in looking after your finances and your value system so that you can resist any oppressive friendships or hopes or ideas that may come along your way on this new moon day. We have on the 5th of July, Mars entering the sign of Taurus. Now, Mars has been, as I was mentioning, supporting you in terms of your value systems and finances, and it's now moving on to an area of your life that relates to communications, paperwork, siblings, your immediate environment, your neighbors, all matters to do with writing and thinking and teaching. And with Mars wanting to move forward passionately, quickly, when it moves into the sign of Taurus, which actually likes to do things quite slowly and is rather stubborn and not so willing to change, there's a sense that you may find that your communications or matters related to paperwork or even day-to-day commuting or short-distance travel feel very frustrated and pushy and bullish, even stubborn or passive-aggressive. You want to avoid aggressive, destructive, ruthless, and bombastic communications or relations with neighbors or siblings. Now, on the 13th of July, we have a full moon in the sign of Capricorn at 8:30 in the evening. And this is occurring for you in an area that relates to your friends and your relationships that you have, as well as your hopes and dreams and the wishes that you have for yourself, as well as the income that you like to earn. So a full moon is also a completion of a 6-month cycle, which started in January of 2022. And finally, you can harvest the benefits of that new beginning, and you're ready to pick the right fruits of the seeds that you sowed regarding your hopes and dreams, the groups of people, your friends, the networking, the love that you receive from others. So this full moon house is conjunct Pluto, and it's highlighting the urgent transformation of any oppressive circumstances. This is really a time to purge and let go so that you can no longer feel oppressed and that you can start to live your highest truth. Mercury is conjunct the sun, allowing you a good deal of expression and communication around describing what nurtures your joy and bliss, what nurtures you to give love of yourself and to express yourself and to be creative or to work with children or enjoy holidays and fun and sports. So the sun and moon are both sextile and trine the retrograde Neptune, which is in your sign of Pisces and is creating this dreamy, visionary version of yourself. Now, Uranus is allowing for exciting, new, liberating thoughts and paperwork, or perhaps a new neighborhood or environment that you're living in. And the ruler of this full moon, which is Saturn retrograde, is in an area of your life that very much relates to you saying goodbye to a cycle that has ended, to letting go a loss that you're experiencing that you've outgrown. There's a sense of wanting to connect to your shadow side, your subconscious, to anything that's a chronic illness that is related to perhaps some sense of self-undoing or neglecting your shadow side, or having secrets that you keep from yourself which come to the fore through a chronic illness possibly. There's a sense that you really want to spend a little bit more time with yourself so that you can connect to God and the angels in your soul and figure out how to move forward. Now, Venus trines this area in your life on the full moon, and it gives cooperation, lightheartedness, insightfulness, witty and rational and loving communications from your unconscious or from family members or your father, or all matters related to home and family life, and perhaps even female friends that are visiting your home or a new home that you've bought perhaps. So full moons always indicate a climax. Matters come to a head as the energies between the sun and the moon at 180 degrees opposing each other in the sky make you feel like it's make or break time. Now the concept is that the moon and the sun desire opposites. We have the sun in an area of your life that relates to you giving love and having joy and bliss and experiencing fun and going on holidays and working with children and expressing yourself and starting creative projects. And then we have the moon in an area of your life where you receive love from groups of people and friends that relate to your hopes and dreams. And this is where you're receiving the love. So the sun, which is you giving your love as part of your ego self and your personality and the center of your individuality, your sense of vitality and purpose, your masculine yang father nature that wants to radiate conscious light and shine light into the world through being creative and having fun and in showing off to the world your joy and bliss and your sports and any creations that you have or your children. And then we have the moon, which relates to your emotional needs and your inner yin life, the feminine, the mother, or the styles of caring, your irrational, instinctual response, your ability to receive and respond, intimacy and comforts the sense of what is family to you, and this is very much your friends and the love that you receive from them. This is receiving love. So this unconscious habit of receiving love and the conscious habit of giving love are at war. And until you learn to balance these in your life, you tend to bring relationships into your life that mirror the things that you desire or need on a full moon. So it may seem impossible for you just to decide on the full moon if you want to be receiving love or giving love as you tear yourself between the two experiences. Therefore, it's important to know that relationships are essential, and you must be fully conscious of how your words and actions affect others. In looking for the right relationship, you need to proceed through the clarity of the light of giving love of yourself, expressing your love, being romantic, creating something beautiful, a new project, having a child, or working with children, or going on holiday. Don't get caught up in the emotional bond of sheer desire to want to only receive love from friends and groups of people. So the full moon is a high point culminating at this lunar cycle peak with truth revealed and illuminated. And what exactly is becoming illuminated for you? Dear Pisces, is everything is energized and increased in regards to the friends that you have, the society of people that you connect with, your networking, you're receiving love from others. And do you want to have this grow at this time? If you're seeking peace and harmony, then meditate on this. Don't confront a different or difficult situation during the full moon. Please wait for a day or two after it has passed to tackle this. If you're feeling any disappointments that may exist in the results of the new intentions of the new moon in January of 2022, where your intention was to give love of yourself, to be more creative, to express yourself romantically, if this is not existing at this full moon, then forgive yourself. It's important to forgive and prepare to collaborate and move forward. Trust and know that the events around the full moon are in harmony and closer to your inner truth, your personal growth, and your evolution. In the bigger picture, maturity energy prevails at the cycle's peak. And as a result, there is a heightened sense of clarity. I leave you, dear Pisces, with the key words for this full moon: results, forgiveness, gratitude, illumination, mirroring, relationships, culmination, projection, completion, confidence, peace, and stillness. Dear Pisces, thank you so much for joining me on this Cancer season. May you be blessed and have a wonderful season. Take care. All the best. Bye for now.